Oh yeah, we live, baby boy.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna mute us. I'm gonna put it on, set it to stream. We'll start soon. Loop that. We can just keep saying stream and start soon. You hear me?
I think you muted. I think you muted me. I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now? Yeah. So it's just gonna keep saying stream start soon.
Cool.
All right, going on the YouTube. Let's start sending that link out on Facebook.
Okay. Cool.
It look like it's live on the YouTube studio, so we good. Come on. I'll mute my mic. Mike.
Yes, sir.
I'm just passing out. I'm gonna put the stream on Facebook.
Cool.
You put yours on there?
On Facebook?
Yeah. Share it on your Facebook.
Send me the I got the link.
I'm gonna get it right here. Sending it out to my people. They gonna send it out. You hear me?
Mm-hmm. Oh shit. Mm-hmm.
My girl Greenwood on my Facebook. Kim Greenwood. No. Tell my girl to send it to Greenwood, send it to her people. How much time we got? 12 minutes. You ready to go, Mike?
Yeah, about 12.
Ready
About
to
12
go?
minutes. Yep, we can go.
Let's go. I'm gonna drop it in a second. I'm gonna mute this. Let's finish sending out this link.
You muted, Chuck. You muted.
Boom! Welcome to Nosebleed Nation Football. This is our high school game of the week, and you know I got my boy Coach Mike D with me, man. Coach Mike D, we here for the game of the week. We got East St. Louis Flyers versus the Bergen Catholic Gales. I'm sorry, not Bergen Catholic, the Bishop Gorman Gales. Let's go. Coach Mike D, talk to us.
What's going on, Fly family, man? East Boogie in the building, baby. You know, hey, it's going down. We're going against the number 4 team in the nation. You know how we do it. All gas, no brakes. Man, we're glad y'all up in here with us, man. You know, I had to put on my Flyer blue, alumni, how to represent that, had to show the boys what's going on, because we got to get this win tonight. You know what I'm saying, Coach Chuck? Got to get it going, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We got to represent for the 99. So you can't hear us? Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Let us know if you can hear us. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Somebody type in the chat if you can hear me. Type in the chat if you can hear me. You can hear me? Right on, right on. Appreciate that. Hit that like button, man, and share this, man. And we Fly Nation, man. It's Fly Nation. You know, share this with all the Flyers and all the people out there that want to watch Eastside going to them Cats. Okay, it's good, Adam. Appreciate you, brother. So it's at the beginning. Okay. Right on, man. Appreciate you, my
we
brother.
just started the stream a little early, so we give everybody time to come on in here and join us.
And two, man, tell me where y'all representing from, man. Type in the chat where you're from, man. You know, I want to know who in this building with us today. I want to know where everybody representing from.
Hey, Coach Mike. So I got a quick question for you, bro. Do you think who you think gonna win this game? I mean, I already know who I got. I got the Flyers all the way. I got the Flyers. I'm gonna say 28-21, bro.
28-21?
Yes, sir.
28-21. Damn, Chuck, you think you might have stole mine, bro?
I got Flyers 28-21, bro.
All right, trying in the building. I feel you, bro. You know, 18th Street myself, down on State Street. You know, where I'm representing from. You know, if you know me, you know that's where we ride at. Down almost near that south end of the city. You know. Well, man, I think well, you know, I'm gonna go on the east side, of course, man. You know, I kind of looked up, you know, the Gales, and they high power, man. I think if we can play disciplined football, run the ball, throw the ball, be balanced, don't let them off the hook. You know, I think I got to score 28-24 east side. I think we're gonna get down to 30.
Yeah. Hey, and guys, guess what? We got a surprise for y'all too. We got Coach K, man. So make sure when y'all done, watch our YouTube shorts, because y'all know Coach K is our road warrior, right? Coach K is on the sidelines at the game. Yes, Coach K is at the game on the sideline, and he will be posting YouTube shorts from the sideline. So what we got? We got 4 minutes until kickoff. 4 minutes until kickoff. And for all those people who are a little bit unfamiliar with the Bishop Gorman Gales, I'll play a little clip of their game from last week so you guys can get familiar to see who our competition is this week. Give me 1 second. Let me get that link together for you guys. And give me 1 second.
No problem. What's up, Mr. Demetrius? What's up, bro? So you class of 95, huh? Eville in the building. Adam, I see you, Eville. Hey, man, y'all beat me 3 years in a row in high school, bro. 2 years when I was at Lincoln and Eastside. Y'all beat me, man. What's up, Sweet P? I see you in there, Sweet P. I see you in there in the building. That's my dude right there.
Yes, sir. Hey, I want to shout out my man, Mr. Todd, man, my neighbor, man. He came over this morning. He said, hey, you better send me that link to that game. If you don't, we ain't friends no more. Now, he ain't say that I made that up, but that's my man, Mr. Todd. He hit me up and he said, make sure you send me that link to the game. I say, appreciate you, Mr. Todd. All right. Let me see who else we got in here.
Sweet P, I lost 3 years in a row, man. You lucky.
Yeah. Hey, so I'm finna play the sound to this so y'all can see people a little bit, see what's going on until we get back to this game. We got 3 minutes until game time. Once they click into the game, I will definitely be shutting up my mouth this week. You will not hear me talking as much this week. I'm sorry. I was excited 2 weeks ago. It was week 1, and I went crazy. So we won't be, and also we will not be posting the comments on the screen. I heard y'all outcries. I did. I heard you guys. And I'm going to listen. So we will not be posting the comments all over the screen. But however, on dead balls, timeouts, we're going to do our commercial break thingy thing, right? And we're going to shout out our Cash App donators and our supporters, because without you guys supporting the
much love.
2 minutes to kick off. 2 minutes to kick off.
Hey, Sweet Pea. Somebody told me Tadpole was the best number 2 to ever come out of the East Side. That's what somebody told me.
Well, hold on, bro. Hold on. Let me come on camera because I gotta. Don't you ever do that no more, boy. Hold on. Damian Nash is the best player to wear number 2 to ever come out of East St. Louis Senior High School. Don't y'all ever in your life disrespect the late great Damian Nash. God bless the dead. That's my friend, boy. He's the greatest number person. In my opinion, nobody should be able to wear number 2 because he was the horse that brought that started the engine to bring the program back to what it is today. Yes. Now let's get back to Bishop Gorman.
Now I had to mess with Sweet Pea a little bit, That number two is a sacred number.
P is great. He's the flyer legend. P is the
damn right
legend.
he is, man.
All right, so
we
look,
give your love, bro. We gonna give your love. We know what you was, bro. Nobody tell us.
45 seconds to the stream kick in, guys. So look, this team Bishop Gorman played last week, right, y'all? They put the brakes on them so bad that these guys they started a fight and they quit in the middle of the game. Let me see if I can get to it.
Already.
Right here. This is where they started the fight. Yeah, and that was the end of the game. So that was pretty much the highlight of that game right there. That was the end of that game. So it was over with after that, guys. It was over with. All right, they say we got 1 second, man.
Cool.
Soon as they click us in, we coming in hard, y'all. Pause. Yeah.
Well, some great East Side teams in the 90s when especially Sweet Pea when you was playing. The great Kevin Bird, the late great Rodney Session. Did I say that 2 or 3 times? If you didn't see him, the late great Rodney Session. That's Sweet Pea's teammate. Wide receiver duo. Nobody doing no better. I know it. I know it, Sweet Pea. I know it, baby. I know, Mr. I know. There was some, hey, man. Boys was horses, man. That's when I was a teenager. Boys handling business. You had to be there to know. You had to be there to know. That's all I can say. So what y'all think, Chad? What y'all think the score gonna be, man? Post them scores. What y'all think we gonna do with this score? Me and Chuck put ours out there. What y'all think the score gonna be? I saw it 24-21. What y'all think the score gonna be? David Cersei. Oh man, yeah, that's how you talking. How you talking now? All right, 35-28. It's a good round number. I like that. 27-24. Y'all got it real close. So one got by a touchdown, one got by a field goal. Yeah, I think it's gonna be in that near that 20 range. Sweepy got the over. I think it's gonna be about 28-20. What I say, 20? I said 28-24. I think me and you pretty close, Darion. I said 28-24. So me and you in the same range. Sweet Pea taking over. You think they're gonna get in them 30s? I think he might get in them 30s too. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I appreciate y'all coming through, man. Make sure y'all do us a favor, hit that like button. And share the stream, man. Share it out to your people. Tell them to come on and watch this game. These boys all the way out there in Sin City, man, playing ball, man. Yeah, it's about to start here in a minute. Oh, shoot, Adam, 42-38. Oh, man, that's okay. High scoring game, huh? See, it's going to get high scoring. 24-21. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be in that champ. I think it's going to be in that 20 range. Going to be around there. I'll be shocked if it go in the 30s, but I won't say it won't. 28-21. Okay.
Yeah, I got 28-21. My bad. I was doing some background work and stuff today. My bad. I was doing a little background work. Background, we still a 3-man show, so I'm the producer and the co-host. Yeah, I know how I go down, right? Let's go, y'all. It's time. It's time. The stream is about to start. It's time.
Eight to 0.
Just some great walking there. And also Noah Cole, he just saw the holes in that from that defense. He was really able to read their schemes well there.
Right, that was a nice pickup block there.
And when you've got a quarterback like Micah Inicio, he makes the run game much better for Bishop Gorman. He extends the field more that they're able to get some running in.
So Eugenio in the gun with 2 receivers to his right. Lone receiver at the bottom of your screen is number 4, Kaina Watson, as he hands it off to number 20, makes a man miss. He's still going past the midfield, down at about the 46-yard line. That is number 20, Noah Cole.
When you've got a nimble running back like Noah Cole, he's just able, before even the defenders can understand what's going on, he's able just to take off. And you can see that he was giving the defenders a run for their money. He wasn't letting them tackle him. He extended his shoulder a little bit down, which was able to shake them off of him. And once again, when you've got a quarterback like Micah Ignio, that's gonna extend the running game. They're gonna be expecting a pass, which opens up the running game. Perfect blocking from the offensive line there.
So good enough for a first down. Eugenio takes a snap. He's looking downfield. Has him open. Overthrown is the wide open receiver, Zyren Minor, the 6', 180-pound receiver there. I mean, he was wide open there. Eugenio just missed him.
Yeah, he ran that route he ran that route to perfection. It was just a touch overthrown a bit, but it was a really he broke free. He did it well, and if you saw on the offensive line, Noah Cole, he had a good block. He caught the defender who was blitzing and blocked him right there, which second down here, but that was a really good throw.
Right, trying to loosen up this defense here early. Eugenio in the gun again. Will hand it off to Noah Cole. He breaks a tackle. Picks up just about 5 yards. That'll get halfway to the first down. Bringing up third and 5 here.
Well, once again, that was when you've got your quarterback, Micah Ignio. He can extend the play there, Noah Cole. It was a good pickup of 5 yards. Maybe they run it again to get a couple more yards. I mean, they would probably go for it on fourth if they were close within 2 yards here. A run would be good, but as we know, the Gales quarterback, Micah, is really good.
Right, so Cole comes out of the game here on 3rd and 5. Eugenio with a gun bunch formation to the top of your screen with a lone receiver at the bottom of your screen. Eugenio takes a snap, looking right side, rolls out to the left. He's going to take off and run. Waiting on the referee's signal.
He may be just a yard short. Well, the pocket collapsed there, and he was able to use his legs to get out of that position. There was a couple open wide receivers down the field, but as that pressure, like I was saying earlier, if you want to beat this Bishop Gorman game, you got to pressure their quarterback. He's at 84% completion rate. They're really such a high efficient offense. You need to pressure the quarterback, and as you can see, they did let up 4 yards, but it wasn't a first down or a touchdown.
Right, so here we have 4th down and 1 for the Gorman Gale offense. They're going to stay on the field looking to convert. Noah Cole back in the backfield. Eugenio takes a snap. We'll hand it off to Cole, and he easily has the first down as the referees blow it dead there, but well enough for the first down.
Yeah, once again, that was great blocking by the Gales offensive line. They were able to open a little hole for him to get past the marker and to a first down. And when you've got a Bishop Gorman team that is so offensive heavy, like we've seen this year, you've got to expect the run game to be as good as the passing game, which as we've seen so far, there's been 4 different rushes so far in this game, including Micah Ignio's run, his scramble.
Right, if you got those big 6'4" and above linemen, definitely want to run the ball. As Eugenio misses that pass over the head of number 6, Masaya Mingo, they're on first down.
And Masaya Mingo, he's really good. He's got 10 offers. He's committed to New Mexico. So this whole Bishop Gorman team is nationally known. They're really good on offense. And you can see just a touch overthrown. They weren't totally in sync with each other. But you can see that Bishop Gorman's going to be really a powerhouse tonight. They're going to go for it hard. And as we saw, they went for that fourth down. They're really going to go for this game. They're not going to let it slip by them.
Right, they tried to take that shot early, but ultimately did not work out. But they're still looking to score points on this drive after converting that fourth down. 2nd down and 10. Eugenio flushed out of the pocket to the right side. Flag down as he's sacked by number 54.
But there's a flag thrown.
That is Caleb Brown, the junior defensive end, but a flag is down.
He had nowhere to go. They caught on to how he's able to run really well. But there was a couple open plays. But again, once that pressure gets to him, that's what stops this Bishop Gorman team this year.
As we do have a hold on Bishop Gorman that will be declined, and that will ultimately count for Caleb Brown as a sack.
What a great way to start this game off defensively for the Flyers. They really needed something to show that they were able to compete with this Bishop Gorman team, and we've seen it so far on the line, even though they've let up a couple great long runs, but that was a good sack.
So we've got 3rd and a mile. Eugenio backed up to his 50, midfield. Eugenio takes a deep drop, flushed out to the left side. He's going to take a shot downfield, and it is dropped. It hit number 27, Tyrell Johnson, right in the hands as he drops what would have been an easy interception there.
There was 4 defenders there. He threw it right into traffic. It was a little short from his wide receiver. But once again, that pressure that this Flyers team is giving Micah Ignio is really what might win the game for them. If they're able to get some offensive plays from Cook Johnson and a little bit more on defense, they could come out with the win here. What an upset would that be?
Right, if you're East St. Louis, that is exactly what you want, making Eugenio look uncomfortable back there, as this will bounce at about the 4-yard line. What a punt there.
And he's excited. You can see him going over there to his special team unit. He's really excited
Hudson
about that.
Borsari will pin this down inside the 5, as that will bring up this East St. Louis Flyers offense.
That's what makes this Gorman team so well. They're not just good on offense. They're good on offense. They're good on defense. And their special teams is really, really good, as you can see on that punt. Perfect. He got the right amount of spin on it to not spin into the end zone and get a touchback. It just span out of bounds right there at the 4.
Right, so out comes Reese Shanklin and this Flyers offense, as they are backed up well into their own end zone. We'll look to convert something out of basically nothing here.
They were quite excited coming out. You can see them jumping up and down and hitting their helmets. They look like motioning right.
Motion is Cook Johnson, the standout running back. Shanklin will throw it to his left side, complete to number 10, Armad Sharp, the senior.
When you're backed up into your own end zone like that, you have to get it off a fast pass, which was what they did. And he hit him right there, so the defender was behind him, and it was quite in stride.
So after that 7-yard pass, we got 2nd and 3 coming up for Shanklin and the Flyer offense, as Cook Johnson motions out again. Empty backfield for Shanklin. Takes a snap, fumbles the snap, but referees blow it dead, as a timeout was taken by the Gorman Gales.
You got to feel bad if you're the Gorman Gales here, head coach. They could have had that fumble. Maybe they could have sacked him to get a 2-point safety. But they're going to get a timeout to regroup right here.
Right, they must have not liked something there defensively.
Well, they gave up 7 yards the previous play.
Right.
They're looking to regroup here. Bishop Gorman has won 3 games so far in a row. We were talking about that Lone Peak win where they won after a forfeit from Lone Peak. They've also won against Kahuka 38-0 in Hawaii, and they also won against Centennial 52-0. They've only given up 14 points this year. This is a really tough defensive team we have right here for the Gales.
Right. So when you see them look a little out of sorts, like calling a timeout on their first, defensive drive of the game, it's kind of shocking at points.
Yeah. I would expect here from the Flyers a run. They've got Cook Johnson. He's the number 2 running back in the class of 2027. And after that good offensive play, you maybe want to catch Gorman off guard and go with a run here. They might not be expecting that from this Flyer team.
So both teams break the huddle here. Still 2nd and 3 with 7.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Seems to be some confusion there.
It's looking like a cover 2 from the Gales here. You're going to do zone down below.
We got Shanklin, empty backfield again. Trips to his left. He's looking right side, looking to take off, and he accelerates through. Looked to be a crowd as he easily picks up the first down.
Wasn't quite the run I expected, but it was a really good play from him. He was able to sense that after 3 seconds, this Gorman team can come after him and sack him or pressure him. He was able to sense that. As we've seen in his pass before, he hit that pass super fast into a couple seconds into their possession. So we should expect a really efficient offense that's fast-paced. As we saw from that run, he took off after a couple seconds.
Right, both teams have mobile quarterbacks. I feel like that has revolutionized our football game here today. Being able to run the ball as the quarterback has really changed the game of football.
It has.
1st and 10, Cook Johnson motions out to his left side and flags down. As it looks to be a delay of game call on the Flyers, and that will back them up 5, making it 1st and 15.
They just let the clock get the better of them right there. They weren't quite ready. They maybe were having some confusion on the calling of that play, and they weren't set up. So that the delay game must hit them hard here because they're backing up into their own end zone territory once again.
Right. 1st and 10 at the 12. Cook Johnson motions out again. Empty backfield for Shanklin. Shanklin looking left side. Quick pass, and it is broken up, incomplete. Number 26 there defensively. That is Jordan Lutu, the linebacker, there to break that up, making it 2nd and 15.
He motioned Cook Johnson to do a streak. If you saw there, they had the other wide receiver do a little dip and cut back, and then they had Cook Johnson take off. But once again, he wants to get that ball off quickly, so he wasn't really looking at Cook Johnson's way.
Right, 2nd and 15. Cook Johnson in the backfield now with trips to Shanklin's right. Cook Johnson will motion out again. Empty backfield for Shanklin. Shanklin looking right side, evades, back in his end zone. He's scrambling around, makes a man miss, and slides down for about a gain of 3 there. Making it 3rd down. The
defensive line on the left side for the Gales is just so strong, as we've seen this season. They're just so strong that they're able to get past the Flyers' offensive line and pressure him, which why he ended up taking off too much to go in there. And the defensive backs had the routes covered while there wasn't an open path for him to throw.
Right, they looked to set up a screen there on 2nd down, but ultimately nothing was there. They're set up with 3rd and 12. Pressure coming. Shanklin stands tall in the pocket, delivers a nice pass. 1st down and more for number 10. That is Ahmad Sharp, for the 1st down. And Shanklin took a hit on that and delivered an excellent pass to move the chains there.
Once again, that was Gorman's left defensive side on their line that was able to get to the Flyers quarterback right there. The pressure was good, but Ahmad Sharp was wide open there. There was someone covering him, and he was able to get the 1st down.
Right, Prince Williams was there bearing down on Shanklin as he threw that ball.
There's been no rushing plays called out in the huddle yet. I would expect Cook Johnson to go with a rush here.
Shanklin hands to Cook Johnson, who fumbles the ball. Both teams saying they have it at about the 47.
this Flyers offense plays at such a fast pace that Cook Johnson just couldn't get a handle on the ball. It was a quick run, but Bishop Gorman was able to push that out of his hands with little contact.
Right, so the Flyers do recover. So crisis evaded there, making it 2nd and about 5.
And it looks like Cook Johnson came out during that play. We've got in a different running back in the backfield, number 26.
That is Ahmad Coleman, who does take the snap. No, it's Reese Shanklin, who does pick up the first down on that read option, who's still on his feet, but the refs blow it dead there, as we do have an injured Gorman Gale.
Reese Shanklin, he read that run play option well. He was able to understand that Bishop Gorman was covering in the inside run, and he took it out just a little bit to the right and rushed it in for a first down. We've seen him take off a couple of times this game so far. He's got the legs, he's got the quickness. He's really nimble. He's able to evade those tackles from these Gorman players.
So we've got 1st and 10 from about midfield with about 3 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the opening quarter. We'll hand it off to Coleman again, who is bottled down after a gain of 2, making it 2nd and 8.
The Gales were just ready for that run from the Flyers. They're now covering the run a little bit more than they were before because Shanklin can take off. They're trying to limit his scramblingness so far this quarter because we've seen him scramble a couple times so far this evening. He's really got the legs, and the Gales sense that and are beefing up their line.
So we've got 2nd and 8 from the 48.
Coleman's still in.
Shanklin and Coleman make up the backfield. Shanklin, pressure coming, breaks the sack, and he picks up a couple there. Gorman, of course, bringing the pressure there, but can't seem to get home as Shanklin evaded the pressure and picked up a couple there, making it 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, one thing we haven't said about this Gales defensive back so far is that they are all really good. The Gales head coach was the defensive backs head coach before he took over. So you would expect their defensive backs to do well, which we've seen there. They're covering these wide receivers and the tight ends, and even at some times Cook Johnson when he rushes.
We've got 3rd down and 7. Crowd coming live here early in the opening quarter. Little quick screen pass that is blown up by number 28. That is Xavier McDaniel, the defensive back there, to blow up that screen pass, and what brings up a likely punt situation for the Flyers.
This Gales defense is just so good. They have over 50 tackles for loss from this defense, and they were able to read that screen well. They got to him right before he was able to get any yardage there, and the punt's coming up here on 4th down with 1:36 left.
So 4th and long, high snap. Shanklin able to punt it away safely as this takes a backspin, takes a Flyer bounce, and as it rolls out of bounds just at the 19-yard line, as this will set up the Gorman Gale offense. So Marla, what do you expect to see on this second drive for the Gorman Gales?
They took some early shots out there from Micah Ignio. I would expect them to do a couple more shots. They might get their running game in with Terrence Grant, but Micah Ignio is just so good. He's committed to Hawaii. I think they're going to let him lead the team. He's the captain and lead him here on this drive down the field.
So we've got 1st and 10 from the 20 are the Gales, and Eugenio comes out with trips to his left side. Eugenio in the gun will keep it on a read option as they will set up some trickery as that is complete to number 4. That is Kina Watson, the receiver there. That looked like a nice play there on offense to get the drive going.
That really gets some momentum into this Gales offense. They were able to do the trick play with the run. As you saw, they almost tricked me there too, and I almost thought it was a run there, but it was a really good toss right there, and then a good throw from him. And Keona Watson, he's also really good for this Gales team. He's got 3 offers and he's committed to Hawaii. He will be staying with his quarterback.
Mike Eugenio will hand it off to number 20. That is Noah Cole, who's past midfield, down past the 25-yard line. Is Noah Cole, who just took off.
That was just great blocking. They hit their guys right away, and he was able just to take off super fast. He saw the holes in that defense. He was able to get past them, and once again, that tricky play on that last play before this was able to get that running game up and going.
Right, coming down on half a minute here left in the opening quarter. That is exactly what you need out of your starting running back to get your offense going.
Yeah, I think it's really been both an offensive and defensive game so far. Both teams have been able to get down the field, but the defense has been the show.
1st and 10 from the 25. Eugenio, bad snap, has to do something with it. Will get it out quickly to number 6. That is Messiah Mingo. That was, again, crisis averted there. Bad snap. Eugenio picks it up and then just throws an excellent pass.
He's really got some trust in his guys there. And he knew what route he was running. You can see his head was down before trying to get that buffed snap and knew where Mingo was going to be. He trusts his guy well, and he knew where he was going to be and hit him in stride. The 2 defenders were a little below him and behind him. He was able to throw it right over their heads.
10 seconds left here in the opening quarter for Eugenio and the Gorman Gale offense as they look to run a play. At the end of this quarter, Eugenio looking right side. Pressure coming. Down he goes. Number 0, Leon Howard, was there for the sack, as that will be it for the opening quarter here at Fertitta Field. Once again, I'm Thomas Gabo, joined by Marla Mundo, as it is 0-0 here at Fertitta Field.
All right, guys, welcome back. They on timeout right now. They off camera. I just want to welcome y'all to the channel. This is Nosebleed Nation Football. We only ask for y'all to do 1, 2, maybe 3 things. I need you to subscribe, hit that like button, ring that bell. Coach Mike D, tell the people what you think of the game so far.
All right, Flyers Nation. Well, so far, man, it's been a back and forth a little bit. The Gales team is very balanced right now. They're able to get a lot of the running plays off. I think the biggest thing I've been saying is a rushing attack. They are running the ball, and they are gashing us, especially to the outside. Eastside got to do a better job of containing. They are sealing them into the middle, and they run into the outside on them. They got to do a better job of that. In the passing game, the DBs are really close on them, but they're still allowing them to the quarterback throwing real tight when to throw. So they got to do a better job of getting that ball on the ground. Eastside came out early with a spread offense. A lot of motion back out the backfield, not really trying to run the ball.
For the start of this second quarter,
so it's been things where hopefully they'll get something going. Some miscues, some fumbles, some of those things.
0-0
Shankler has really been doing a good job
so far.
But both quarterbacks are doing that. So hopefully, they can correct those things, and but they got to stop the run. They got to stop the run.
I mean, the Gales, they had a promising drive during the first quarter, but their pressure to the quarterback, Micah Ignio, was just too much for the Gales to handle, and they had the punt. And we saw 1 possession from the St. Louis Flyers, but they also came up short with a punt.
2nd and goal. Eugenio fumbles the ball, but he has to improvise as he scrambles, and he's down to the 3-yard line. So another bad snap there. As Eugenio easily gets out of dodge there as he sets up 3rd and goal from the 3.
He got sacked right at the end of the quarter last play, and he was able to learn from that and took off there and scrambled to get a couple of yards a little closer. I'd expect Cole to take the ball from here, and they should just drive it in 2 times, get an easy touchdown there.
Eugenio 3rd and goal with trips to his right side. Cole in the backfield. Eugenio looking right side, has to scramble outside, looking wide open in the back of the end zone is number 3, Terrence Grant, for 6. I mean, that looked like a pretty easy pass there for the wide open touchdown.
The Gales had 2 running backs on that play, Grant and Cole. That Cole blocked in, had touchdown. No one was guarding him. Flyers weren't expecting him to run out and do a little wheel route and got him.
Seems like they almost forgot about another running back being out there on the field as they left him wide open in the back of the end zone.
You don't see 2 running backs too often anymore. Really only with the Detroit Lions. You know, you can see it.
As Bersari's kick is good. We have 7-0 here at Fertitta Field with 11:09 left in the second.
The Flyers' last drive was promising, but they hit a little roadblock there and had the punt. But we could see more passing. They really get the football out quick out of Reese's hands, which they should try again this possession. And they should also get Cook Johnson. We didn't see him rush more than twice last possession. He's the number 2 running back in the class of 2027. They should really get the running game going here.
Right, they might be a little hesitant to get Cook Johnson going after that first touch fumble at around near midfield, but they definitely need to get him going here in the second drive of the game.
Yeah. And the Gales defense is just, they're such a powerhouse.
So special teams out from both sides. The kicker number 16, Hudson Borsari, who just drilled that extra point, out to kick it off here.
The Gales have a great defensive line, which we've seen them pressure Reese a couple times last possession. We should expect them to do that a little bit more.
So out comes the kick. It's a bouncer back at about the 1 yard line that rolls into the end zone for a touchback. Almost an excellent kick there, as we've already seen excellent punts.
Yeah, he's able to get the roll just right on that one. He got a little unlucky, and it just rolled into the end zone there.
So out comes Reese Shanklin and the East St. Louis Flyer offense, as they really did have something going that ultimately did get stalled out at around midfield.
Yeah, they just got unlucky there. They were quite promising. A couple flags there, it pushed them back a little bit, and their momentum left them last drive. But we should expect Reese Sharp to throw a little bit this quarter, as he did last quarter.
So Shanklin breaks the huddle. Number 26, Ahmad Coleman in the backfield with him.
We can see Cook Johnson still not in after that early fumble he had. Looks like they're switching it up a bit.
Doubles to his left, low snap. Shanklin just has Coleman pick it up as he is stopped for a gain of 1 there. So we've seen bad snaps from both sides. You know, maybe both teams looking to get going a little early and just looking ahead too much there.
It's still early in the season for both of these teams. You know, the Flyers have only played 1 game. Bishop Gorman's played 3. There's going to be mistakes. There's going to be mistakes all year. I think they're just going to work out the mechanics of some of these snapping. New quarterback for both teams, some new offensive linemen. They're still working in their togetherness.
So 2nd and 9 with 10.5 left here in the second quarter is the motion man. And he just checks it down. Who gets blown up? Setting up 3rd down. That was a nice tackle there in the open field as he put a cement wall in front of the ball carrier there.
Once again, we've seen with Reese Sharp, he's got this quick release. He's done that a couple times so far this game. We should expect more from that. And it's really, he gives them their offense such high efficiency. They don't let the defensive linemen get to him that way. And if they do, he's just going to take off and run.
So we've got 3rd and 4 and a fumble. And he is sacked by number 41, Prince Williams. As that will bring up 4th down for this Flyer offense. So not the start that they wanted at all. 2 fumbles on 4 snaps. here on their second drive of the game, and Reese Shanklin has to look the ball in.
Yeah, we've had some struggles with the snapping and just with holding the ball for this Flyers team, but that was taken by Prince Williams, the captain for the Gales. He's able to read those plays quite well, and that's why he does what he does.
So Shanklin here to punt it as it bounces at around midfield, but it takes a Gorman Gale bounce at about the 45. So Marla, Bishop Gorman is a very well-known school for NFL talent.
They are, yeah.
We have Ronnie Stanley, Pro Bowl offensive tackle for the Baltimore Ravens, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, who was just at the UNLV game this past Saturday.
And not to mention, he was UNLV's quarterback
Right.
last year, I believe.
Romo Dunze, who has not been away from here that long, but did score a touchdown on the Monday Night Football season opener.
And another Bears wide receiver, as we were talking about. This East St. Louis team has Luther Burden III. They coach them, so it's really these teams produce such high quality players.
So Eugenio from the 43 will hand it off to number 20. That's Noah Cole, who picks up about 4, making it 2nd and 6 with 8 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the second quarter.
Well, when you're the Gales and you've got Micah Igneo in the backfield, that really opens up the run game from Noah Cole. They're not expecting, I could expect more run play options, so they could trust their quarterback in there to see the field. And looks like so far the rushing game's getting them some yardage here because this Flyers team is expecting a more power for the throw.
That's 2nd and 6 here for Eugenio. As he takes the snap, he's looking left side. Has a man open, overthrown. Had a step there with number 6, Messiah Mingo. And Eugenio is really looking to air it out here early.
Yeah, he really tried to air it out. And if you're the Flyers, man, they got to the quarterback, but they just couldn't reach him in time. If you're a couple steps back from the quarterback and you're not going to reach him, put your hands up, try to deflect that ball. Because if Igneo made that pass, that would have been a touchdown there. We would have seen another touchdown, and the Gales going up 14-0 here.
Right, that would have been an easy touchdown, but instead we have 3rd and 6 here from the 39-yard line. Eugenio with trips to his left side and a lone receiver at the bottom of the screen. Eugenio takes the snap. He's looking left side, and that is dropped there. Setting up 4th down, number 13. That is Dakarier Weaver, the senior defensive back there on that breakup.
Once again, they're able to blitz quite well, the Flyers here, but man, Igneo is just able to get the ball out right there. He knows when the blitz is coming and able to get to his first look, which he just couldn't get the ball too much. The defensive back was all over him.
So 4th down now from the 39 is Borsari on the punt, as we've already seen a nice punt from him so far here tonight. As he gets all of this one, as that was not that good of a punt this time, as that takes a bounce into the stands, as the East St. Louis Flyers will have the ball.
He just got the laces wrong there. If he had the laces up a little bit more, he could have gotten that into that under the 5 like he did before. But he got a little unlucky there. And as the Gales offense comes back out.
So Shanklin in the offense will come back out as they get the ball with good field position after that not so great punt starting at the 31-yard line.
I would be curious if they have Terrence Grant out again at wide receiver, the running back, like they did on that last touchdown from the Gales. Maybe we can see a little bit more of that tonight.
Shanklin, a little touch pass there to number 5, Amir Tillman, another running back, as that goes for a couple.
Yeah, that was Jet Washington. He's quite well for this Gales team. He's got 33 offers and he's committed to Oregon. You would expect the Bishop Gorman to go with their leaders, and he's one of those guys. He's a captain. Oh, excuse me, that's East St. Louis. I'm getting confused. Thomas is right.
Got 2nd and 7 from the 34-yard line are the East St. Louis Flyers. Shanklin will keep it on a read option, but it is sniffed out perfectly by number 10, Tamatoa Gaiote, as he is there for the tackle for loss.
You got to go with your captain there. Trust his instincts, which he did. He understood the run there. He was able to get him without breaking out for a long play.
So now we've got 3rd and long for the Flyers with just over 6.5 minutes left here in the first half.
And Myson Cook Johnson still not out there after that early fumble he had. Looks like this Gales team is going on a different rushing side so far. And they trust Reese Shanklin.
As there's a timeout taken here on 3rd down. So let's go back to that NFL talent. For East St. Louis, of course, Luther Burden, the Chicago Bears 2nd-round pick at receiver, with his Gorman Gale rival, Roma Dunze. But did you know Hall of Fame tight end Kellen Winslow of the San Diego Chargers actually went to East St. Louis?
This is such a good team. They're historically really good. Their head coach has been here for 24 years. They've won 6 straight division titles. This team's really such historic, and that's what you can expect. It's a Hall of Famer going, and Luther Burden June the 3rd coming from this East St. Louis team.
So both teams break the huddle with 3rd and 7 coming from the 34-yard line is Reese Shanklin and these East St. Louis Flyers. Shanklin will start with trips to his right side as Myson Cook Johnson is back in the backfield for the Flyers.
We've got 2 safeties up high. It's cover 2 for
3rd and 7. Shanklin flushed out of the pocket. Williams was looking for another sack as he's throwing on the run, as that is a beautiful pass and catch there by number 2, Ronnie Gomiller, as a flag is down, as they are probably going to get the Flyers for excessive celebration.
To celebrate a little too much on that play. They've got to get themselves a little under control. They've shown a little too much emotion tonight, but that was a really good play by Shanklin. He scrambled so much this game so far that the Gales are expecting him to, and he's able to get off that nice throw. Defender was behind him.
So that'll bring the offense back after what was a nice pass and catch there from Shanklin to Gomiller, but that is negated by a penalty.
We've got 6:15 left to play in this quarter. What would you expect here, Thomas? Do you expect a little bit more rushing from this St. Louis team, or would you expect Shanklin to take the helm still?
I would say for right now, Shanklin has to calm himself down. It's in a hostile environment, nationally ranked Bishop Gorman. As he takes the handoff to number 5. That is Amir Tillman, who cuts back, and he's down at the 10-yard line. So that is exactly what they needed to get this drive up and running again.
That was a wide open hole for him. They're expecting Shanklin to take the helm right there and rush or scramble or pass the ball, but they weren't expecting Amir Tillman to get that ball there. And what a nice play, and even some nice blocking from his wide receivers there. They were able to get only 2 defenders in front of him before the end zone. Quite a pretty run. He's so nimble, so evasive.
Right, so East St. Louis flips the field as Shanklin takes the snap and hands it to Cook Johnson, who is barreling on a gain of about 5 inside the red zone are the East St. Louis Flyers, set up with 2nd and 5 from the 6-yard line.
When you've got a captain like Reese Shanklin, he really opens the field for that rushing game there. I mean, the play before we saw Amir Tillman have that long rush, and they were able to hand it off to Cook Johnson and get a couple yards there, getting closer to first down even in the end zone. I would expect them to just hammer it in here with Cook Johnson. Such an evasive player here.
Just under 5 minutes left here in the first half. Motion man is number 2 as they hand it off to Cook Johnson again. Motion man was Go Miller there, as that did not fool this Gorman Gale defense, as it is 3rd and 5 now from the 6. So if you're East St. Louis, you cannot afford to stall out here deep into the red zone. You need 6.
You need points on the board here because this Bishop Gorman team is just so efficient on offense. You gotta be competitive and go touchdown for touchdown here. And we might see Shanklin take off again. I could expect a scramble if the Gales pressure him. He might just take off and run, or a quick pass from him. As we've seen, the passes he completes are within 3 or 4 seconds of the snap.
So 3rd and 5, Shanklin looking one-on-one on the outside. That is incomplete. No flags down. Go Miller begging for a flag there in the end zone. But no flag is thrown, as that will bring up 4th down.
Flyers, just unlucky. He got that quick release once again, but the defensive back was all over him, and Ronnie Gomez needed to turn his back a little bit to see the ball coming towards him. He was the only route run there. I didn't see it, but let's see if they get 3 here on the board. They'll be competitive with the Gales with 3:52 left in the second quarter.
So number 35, Damon Pruitt on for the field goal try, as that is good, as we have a 7-3 ball game with 3 minutes and 46 seconds left here in the first half.
We got a kicker.
They were able to get down the field.
We got a kicker. I'll be so happy. We got a kicker, y'all. Finally. He heard our prayers. Back to the game.
He did turn his back, Ronnie Gomiller, to get the touchdown. But 3's not bad against the Gales here. You need all the points you can get against Bishop Gorman.
So 7-3, the Flyers do get something, but they were wishing, obviously, for a touchdown there after that massive run there by Amir Tillman that set him up deep into the red zone of the Gorman Gales, but ultimately had to settle for 3.
Bishop Gorman's next game is against Modern Day, and that's a revenge game for them. That was their only loss last season, so we expect them to want to carry some momentum over into that game.
So Pruitt on to kick it off. With 3 minutes and 46 seconds, we'll kick it off to number 2. That is Zyron Minor, who is breaking free. He's past the 40, past the 45, past midfield, who stays in bounds. Minor all the way on the kickoff for the touchdown.
What great blocking there from the Gales. They were able to him, and what a great ability to see the field and see the players that were coming up, and he was just too quick. He's able to evade those defenders from St. Louis. Another touchdown for the Gales, 13-3. Right here in Bishop Gorman in beautiful Las Vegas.
So that was house call by Zyron Minor, who basically accelerated all the way down the sideline. I was more impressed that he stayed in bounds, being pushed out of bounds and stayed in bounds there right on the Gorman sideline, and takes it all the way.
He evaded that tackle at the end.
As that extra point is good by Hudson Borsari, making it 14-3 with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the first half.
got to wonder if that Gales defense is a bit gassed out. They left up that long run, and that they're running high on anxiety and everything that's going on. You got to worry if they're a little tuckered out after just being on the field. And you can say the same for the Flyers. Are they tuckered out after that long drive there? Let's see as they come out onto the field. They might try the rush, but they've only got 3:30 to go here. They do still have 2 timeouts left. We could see a couple rushes from Cook Johnson here, or just have Shanklin take off and run. He's done exceptional today, but they stalled a little bit last way with that 3 points on the board.
Right. I think the Gorman Gale defense will be just fine now that they're up 2 possessions here. So Borsari to kick it off. Maybe we'll see another return for a touchdown, just like that one from Menor that made this a 2-possession game just a moment ago. Borsari boots this all the way back for a touchback, as that will bring out Shanklin and this East St. Louis Flyer offense to the 20.
No opportunity to run that back like the Gales just did. Just got a touchback right there. Let's see what Shanklin's got up his sleeves this play. He can run, he can pass. He does everything for this offense. And you've got Cook Johnson in that backfield. Really opens up the play when you've got good rushing game and you've got a good quarterback. That should open them for their tight ends to be more open. They can run some run play options there and see if his evasiveness will open something up for the St. Louis team.
So there's your guy, Marla. Cook Johnson in the backfield with Reese Shanklin to his left side with trips to his right side. With 1st and 10 with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the first half. Shanklin takes the snap. Will hand it off to Cook Johnson. Shanklin looked like he wanted to keep that one and pull it back, possibly for a pass. But you can't complain about a couple yards there on first down.
Yeah, and you got to trust your guy. It's the number 2 running back in class of 2027. You got to trust your guys. And it was a good run there, but Bishop Gorman was ready. They were doing zone there. They were expecting a run from this East St. Louis team. But they've got 3 minutes left to get down the field. Maybe they get another field goal, or maybe they get a touchdown here. But see what Shanklin's got cooked up for his passes. Remember, he likes to pass early into the snap. He doesn't hold the ball too long. If he holds it too long, he'll scramble out of the pocket.
Shanklin with 2nd and 7 has a motion man, but he is flushed out of the pocket, standing tall in the pocket, has a wide open receiver. That is number 10, Ahmad Sharp, who easily has the first down. See, Shanklin just has to trust his O-line as he had a lot of time back there.
Yeah, he had a lot of time, which is a little unprecedented so far in this game. This Bishop Gorman defensive line has been able to pressure him quite well, where he's had to take off it with the ball and run. But he trusted his guys there, stood in the pocket, which opened up Sharp to be open to get some yardage there, and for the first down, and they're now to get into midfield and see if they can score here.
So we've got 2.5 minutes left here in the first half. From the 41 are the Flyers looking to answer back after that kick return. Touchdown by the Gorman Gales. Shanklin, deep drop, pressure coming! Prince Williams again with his 2nd sack of the game. Went right by the right tackle as he is stat padding here late in the first half.
Shanklin had his eyes on Ronnie Gomua there, but the Gales were able to catch him off guard for the sack. You've got to, if you're the Gales here, you've got to be proud of this defense. Only let up 3 points this whole quarter against a really good offense with Shanklin and the number 2 running back, Cook Johnson. They got to be proud of that here for the Gales.
So 2nd and 14 with just under 2 minutes left here in the half. Backed up to the 37 on 2nd and 14. Shanklin takes the snap. Deep drop. Looking right side. Pressure coming again. Down he goes. Number 26. Jordan Lutu there. Came like a heat-seeking miss.
There's no stats for good coverage, but that was really good coverage from Brayley Manning there. He was able to follow his man all the way down the field. As you can see, they're still coming off from down that field. He caught him right there, and there was no open player for Shanklin to pass to, which he got caught up with that sack there.
So we've got 3rd and 20 with just under a minute left here in the first half.
Looks like Amar Tillman's back in for the Flyers. He had that long run earlier today.
Shanklin takes the snap, will just hand it to Tillman, who did break one off earlier, but he is shoved out of bounds at around the 40, as that will likely bring out special teams for the Flyers.
If you're the Gales, I wouldn't expect them to really try to close out this quarter. I think they might just rush it a couple of times and go to the locker room here. This Gales defense is just so good. They haven't been letting out too long of a play, except for that Tillman rush earlier. That was really the longest play so far these Flyers have had. They've just got
And a snap goes over Reese Shanklin's head, and he has to regroup and try and get this away, as he does. And it does take a East St. Louis Flyer bounce. So crisis averted there with half a minute left here in the first half.
little shoving at the end of that play by Mason Cook. Johnson there. Motions getting the better of him. Excuse me, that was not him. That was Mosiah Mingo. Just the motions of this game. This is really a hard-fought game for the Flyers and for the Gales.
So 24 seconds left here for the Gorman Gale offense. Do you expect to see anything tried down the field maybe for them?
They might just rush it up the middle. And if they break it, they break it. If not, so what? They're going to regroup in the locker room. They're up 14-3 here. They wouldn't try to risk a touchdown, and then they're only up by 4.
So 24 seconds left here for Micah Eugenio as he takes the snap. He's going to set up a screen pass to Noah Cole as he got blockers in front, as he is tackled down there on a nice tackle there by number 8, Phillip White, as Bishop Gorman will take a timeout with 15 seconds left here from about the 41-yard line.
They get if they get a couple more yards, like 30 more yards, they're into field goal range for the Gales. They've got a really good kicker. He's really efficient. Between 30 and 20, we might see them to go up 17-3 here.
So a timeout taken by the Gales with 15 seconds left here in the first half. Head coach Brent Browner and offensive coordinator Craig Canfield, are looking to draw up what could be probably their best play of the half to try and get some points here.
We haven't spoken much about Brent Browner so far in this broadcast. This is his fifth year as head coach. He's won 4 state titles in a row, including last year where they won 69-7 against Arborview. He has such a winning culture with his team, and historically they've always won here. They've only lost once in the past couple of years against Liberty. That was 6 years ago before the pandemic in the state championship.
So 15 seconds left here for Eugenio, who has doubles on both sides of him with Noah Cole in the backfield. Eugenio takes the snap. He's looking left side, and he's got a man wide open. That's number 6, Mosiah Mingo, who picks up the first down and a lot more. And he is ultimately shoved out of bounds. That does stop the clock with 8 seconds left here in the first half.
We've seen this connection before. They've done multiple plays like that. Mingo didn't even have his head turned to his quarterback, but he sensed that the ball was coming his way and was able to catch it for a nice gain there of about 20 yards.
Yeah, that's excellent timing there by Eugenio to Mingo. You know your quarterback and receiver connection is good when you can just turn around and the ball's right there.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple guys on this team that are sticking with their guy, and they're all going to Hawaii together. We've got Mingo's not one, he's going to New Mexico, but we've got Watson, number 4. He's also going to Hawaii with his quarterback.
Shout out to 808. Eugenio in the pocket. We'll get a quick pass there to Mingo, who's trying to get to the sideline, as he does with 2 seconds left, as this will bring up a long field goal attempt for Borsari.
And he's ready. He's locked in right here. He's got his eyes on the post there. Let's see what he's going to drop here. Is it short? Is it long? Let's see what we got from our guy here.
So this will be a 44-yard attempt for Borsari to send the Gales into halftime, hopefully up 14. Got good snap, good hold. Borsari's kick is blocked. As the Flyers will look to pick it up, is number 12, who's got a convoy down the sideline. That is David Davis, who is tackled there to end the half.
I believe he might have stepped out of bounds just a little bit before that, but what a block by that Flyers line to end the score, maybe inciting some change for them.
Right, that was a nice block here to end, maybe the momentum that you do need and get to the locker room, limiting the damage here in the first half for the Flyers. Once again, I'm Thomas Gabo, and we have 14 to
Man, Coach Mike D. Flyer Nation, everybody out there, what you guys think about this, man? It's halftime, 14-3. Bishop Gorman leads. Halftime, 14-3. Bishop Gorman leads. In my opinion, man, Flyer Nation, we have to play better. We have to play better today, bro. O-line has to play better. And this 5-star running back, he has to play better. He simply hasn't shown up in the 2 games. He showed up a little bit last week, but I'm going to be honest, bro. I watched the other 5 stars last week, too. I did. But he has to play better. And I'm still rooting for him. We Flyer Nation for life, baby. I think we can pull it off in the second half once we settle down. I also think, let me know in the comments, do you guys think time may be a factor? Because here at home in St. Louis, it's 10 p.m. And the Flyers, they're not used to playing a game that started at 9 p.m. on a Friday night. They just not used to it. So let me know what y'all think. Coach Mike D, take it away.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's pretty evident the situation with this team right now. The Gales team is very disciplined right now. They're being disciplined on defense and they're being disciplined on offense. They actually look faster than Eastside. And that's crazy for me to say that because we are known for speed. I don't know if Chad, if y'all see what I see, but the Gales team just looks like a tad step faster on everything. Guys are running wide open. The running backs are running untouched until they get to the second level. They look, the Flyers right now look very undisciplined. Very, very undisciplined. They're miscues all over the place. They're fumbling the ball. They had a big interception they dropped early in the game. The only miss of a running game that they get is Shanklin scrambling, and he's scrambling for his life because ain't nobody open. They can't run. They can't find any balance right now. Gales has balance. They have balance. They're running the ball and they're throwing it, and they got to find a way. I think they might need to go no huddle. They got to find a way to get Bishop Gorman. Gales team tired. They got to find a way to get them tired because right now the offense staying on the field all day. The defense getting all the rest. And the defense come on the field fresh. They are not wearing them out at all. And Eastside's defense is getting tired. They're going to get tired. You can tell. They gashing them. They almost scored again before the half. They almost scored.
That would have been ugly.
That would have been ugly. They almost did. Now, Chad, I don't know if y'all see what I'm seeing, but I see it. And when you become one-dimensional like that, you give up sacks. They can't run the ball like Chuck said. The 5 stars nowhere to be found. There's nothing happening in a running game, so when Shanklin dropping back, he gets sacked. So, yeah. It's what it is.
Hey, Coach Mike, and I'm going to say it again also. I'm going to say it. Hold on, let me mute you right quick. I'm going to say it this week like I said last week. Where is the dogs on the D-line or at the linebackers this year? I didn't see it in game 1. Game 2 was canceled. This year, I feel like we missing that dog at linebacker or on the D line. He just ain't showed up in the big game. He might be there. He might show up next week, but he hasn't showed up in game 1 and game 2. And in the second half, we need a dog. And we got to get the run game going. We got to. Check this out, y'all. The guy in the comments, his name's Hawk Style Memes. He say, Mount Carmel beats East St. Louis. To be honest, what y'all think? We got the phone number down there in the pinned comments. Click the link in the pinned comments if you want to come on stream and tell us what you think. If you want to call in, we got the phone number scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Let us know. Does Mount Carmel beat East St. Louis if they play this year? I don't think they will play this year. They're not even in the same class. But can Mount Carmel beat East St. Louis? Looking at Mount Carmel's week 1 game and looking at East St. Louis week 1 game. And I also want to know one thing. Mount Carmel won week 1 the way the East St. Louis lost, with a block punt and a 2-point conversion. Oh, my God. It's a crazy world that we live in. What you think, Coach Mike D? Can Mount Carmel pull it off? I don't think Mount Carmel pull it off this year. That's why they didn't want to come to East St. Louis this year. Let's be honest. Mount Carmel's ducking. They will only play us if we play them in Chicago. Other than that, they will not play us. They ducking us, bro. They ducking us.
Yeah, man. I don't know if y'all can hear me, but I know I'm on my phone. Sorry about that. I watched that game when Mount Carmel played that team from Ohio. What I'm seeing right now with this team right now, the team they're playing, Mount Carmel got some decent wide receivers. Okay? Right now, the wide receivers of Gale is getting behind the DBs. They catching the ball and running after the catch and almost going on with it. And Mount Carmel got a couple of 4-stars on their team. They pretty decent. Now, the only thing they don't have really is a good running game. So Eastside should be able to bottle that up, make them one-dimensional. But if they can't stop that ball throwing, that's going to be a problem because they got some guys. But I still think Eastside can beat them. They can beat them if they bottle up the running game, make them one-dimensional. Make them one-dimensional. But right now, this game right now, I think Sunker's gonna have to open up the playbook, man. I think he has to go no huddle. He's got to find a way to get some misdirection. This team is too disciplined. They're disciplined. That's what I see so far. They're very, very disciplined. They're not going for any of the okey doke, none of that crazy stuff. They're disciplined. So they're going to have to find a way to get misdirection, use our athletes, maybe do some speed, motions. Get these guys to be thinking about something else. Because if they don't, it's going to be a problem.
You there?
Don't be a problem. They can't keep dropping the ball back. Chad, I don't know if y'all can think I'm wrong, but Eastside can't keep dropping back on the ball. They're going to find a way to run it, misdirection, speed, something. They can't just keep dropping back. It's not working. It's not working.
Yeah, buddy. Hold on, Coach Mike D. Since we got some little kids in here, they can't call in no more. They gonna have to go and click the link and show your face. We don't like cowards. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. We don't like cowards. So go and show your face if you want to talk on the screen. GG, you can't come in here until you turn your camera on. All right, let's go, Coach Right D. He ain't trying to do nothing. We gonna kick him. He don't want me to turn his camera on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We definitely appreciate everybody coming in, man, into the chat and watching the game. We Flyers for life, man. Graduates of the school, alumni, born and raised in the city. So we want to see the team do well. But like I said, right now it's a lot of miscues, a lot of things going on that need to fix. Fumbles. Missed blocks. They just look very undisciplined, very just bad, man. They gotta clean up this team. It's too disciplined. They got to be disciplined. I think if anything, go no huddle. Go no huddle and make them have to defend, spread them out, and make them have to defend the field. Run a little bit, maybe some screens, do something. But they're gonna have to They're gonna have to outflank this team, and they got to use their speed. That's the only way they're gonna beat this team. That's the only way they're gonna beat them.
Yeah.
Yes, they gotta come out and score right away. They missed a golden opportunity. They got all the way down there with I guess his name is am I saying his name right? Emir Tillman. Emir Tillman, running back.
Right.
They get all the way down there and can't get into the end zone. That's a problem. You got to score there. You got to score. You can't settle for a field goal when a team is moving the ball down the field like this on you. You got to score. I didn't like the play design. I didn't like the 2 runs in a row and then a corner pass to the end zone. Spread them out and use your athleticism. And you'll get no points for 3. That can't happen. That can't happen.
D, you got to turn your camera on if you want to join the chat. You got to turn your camera on if you want to join the chat. The game has not started back yet. D, you got to turn your camera on. You got 30 seconds, turn your camera on or you get booted. Also, I want to shout out to Coach Mike. I'm sorry, I want to shout out to Rufus Phillips. Rufus Phillips is now our top donator. Shout out Rufus Phillips. Thank you for the donation, man. We really, really appreciate you. Coach Mike D, I'm booting them if they don't turn their camera on.
Yeah, they got to do that. Y'all let me know if y'all hear me better because I'm on my cell phone. I put a earpiece in. I don't know if that's better. Chat me. Let me know if that's better. If y'all can hear me better with that.
All right, I'm going to read some of the comments. We got Eddie Johnson. He say they have to score right away. Jace G say so much speed on east side. They got to use it. Coach Doc say Malcolm had a chance to play St. Francis, IMG, and said no to both. Ooh. Sound like Malcolm out here ducking all kind of smoke. But hey, that's the Malcolm away. That ain't a real Chicago team. We know that. It ain't no city school. If that was a city school, they wouldn't duck no smoke. Let's make city football in Chicago great again. No, they didn't. Hawk style. They beat the number 2 team in a no, you're right. They beat the number 1 team in Ohio. They barely won, though. You know, it was a good game. To Ryan Martin, number 6 from last year, right here. Man, we just got to lock in and settle into the game. Young team, we going to be all right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, boy, you are great. You a flyer great, boy. I promise you are. Shout out to Ryan Martin. That's a flyer great right there. We got Montoya. East St. Louis needs to score, but they making BG look like they're not the number 2 team in the country. Hey, East St. Louis just got to put it together, bro. It's a good game. Everybody just got to put it together. What you think, Coach Mike D, to some of these comments? LaDacia, she say, shout out number 15. That's her man to her man. What, girl, get on.
How they doing?
Streaming the game, D-Money. It's halftime, bro. It's halftime. As soon as the game come back on, I promise you we going to be quiet. Hey, watch this. Since you got that clap, watch this. Watch this. Blocked. We blocking everybody, bro. You say something crazy in the chat, you get blocked. Is Sunk the GOAT or Shannon? Ooh. Hey, boy, that's a good question. Is Sunkett the GOAT or is Shannon the GOAT? I'm going to say this, bro. Sunkett is the only coach to have ever won state in both Illinois and Missouri. Somebody tell me in the chat, who's won more titles in Illinois? Is it Sunkett or Shannon? I really don't know because I was too young to really understand what Shannon did. I saw a few games, and Shannon left 2 years before I got to Eastside. So, not like 2 years before I got to Eastside. So, I was hoping to grow up and play for Shannon, but it didn't even work out like that. Y'all tell us, Coach Mike D, let us know who you got, Shannon or Sunkett.
Oh man, bro, that's well. I'm about to say Coach Bob Shannon, man, because Bob Shannon got 2 national championships. I mean, yeah, you can win state, but he got 2 national championships. That's enough for me. Number 1, 2 national titles. Son got to do that. Son got to get this team up higher. But 2 national titles. That's enough for me. Shannon.
Hey, with that said, Coach Mike D, you win the argument. The national title is better. It's the pinnacle for a high school football, a national title. Shannon has 2. So if they were to build a statue outside of the school, the statue would have to go to Shannon right now. But I understand what some fighting for and competing for every day. He competing to be the GOAT. And that's why he played this national schedule, win or lose. And like I told y'all in the preseason video, I don't even care if we lose, as long as we competitive. Because this Flyers team can be 5-4, make the playoffs, and still win state. 5-4, they can make the playoffs and still win state. But we won't be 5-4. Coach Mike.
Yeah, man. Now the Eastside Flyers, they just gotta buckle down a little bit and find a way to get it together, man. But this team is not gonna be 5-4. No, they better than that. They won't be 5-4. I mean, hats off to Sunkett, man. He's doing his thing, but he got to make the adjustment, and they got to come out. They get the ball. They just got to come out and make the adjustment and come on with it.
All right, let's go. Game time is on. We out. Love y'all. Peace. Feel the heat coming in the air tonight. Hold on. Oh, that's my song, boy. Hey, I got that feeling. Woo! You told me you was driving. I would not lend a hand. Hey. Hey, where my little bro at, Marquise Mack? Marquise Mack, hit that link, join the chat. Where my little bro at, Marquise Mack? Hit that chat, hit that link, join the chat, bro.
Back from halftime on the NFHS network. I'm Thomas Gabo with the Varsity Sports Show. To my right is Marlo Mundo. Marlo, what did you think about the first half there?
The Gales put really an offense and defense to performance there. They were perfect. Every drive they were able to get them the field and score. Their defense was able to help pull back this Flyers offense that are high efficiency. They lost by 1 last week, but it's gonna be tough for the Flyers coming here from New Jersey and they're from Illinois. It's got to be hard coming all the way New Jersey, then Nevada, then back to Illinois. But this Bishop Gorman team is just so.
Hey, look, before we start, do us one favor, man. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We need y'all. It don't cost $1. You don't have to donate. If you do donate, we love you. We'll throw your name on the screen. You don't have to. But if you could do anything for us, just hit that like button, man. We love y'all. Peace.
Hawaii too with Hudson Borisine, the kicker. He's committed to Hawaii. All of these guys are following their leader, Mark Neo.
Speaking of Mr. Yanio, how do you feel that both quarterbacks should play in the second half?
They both play really well. For Gorman's quarterback, Igneo, he's really comfortable in the pocket. He's able to get his throws off quick, efficiently, and they're two of those guys. He's taken shots early in the game where we've noticed he's taking a lot of shots down the field. He's comfortable with the ball and with his line. And for the Flyers quarterback, we've got Reese Shanklin. He's really taken this game into his holds. He's scrambled a bit. He's passed a bit. He's really great for this offense.
So Borsari will kick it off to Amir Tillman in the back, standing at about the 10-yard line. But that is booted all the way into the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out comes Reese Shanklin in this East St. Louis Flyers offense.
They had a little bit of a heartbreak last play where they had that block punt, couldn't get it down to a touchdown. They got quite close. They got within 30 yards, but taken down right around there. It's got to be heartbreaking. They couldn't be down by less than a touchdown.
Right, and the Flyers are still in this game. It's only 2 possessions, you know. I'm sure we all thought that Gorman would come out punching.
Yeah.
But, you know, the Flyers stood tall in the first half. Just have to carry it on to the second half here.
One play that's quite surprised me has been Tillman, the other running back for the Flyers. He had that long rush earlier, and he seems to be really comfortable, and he's in back right now in shotgun formation right now.
Shanklin with 3 receivers to his left. We'll start with a RPO. That's almost intercepted there to start the second half.
We've seen him do that before, and he's connected, but seems like the defense has picked up on his tendencies, so we're able to jump the ball a little bit. But he had it in his hands, just couldn't come up with it there. When you've got a quarterback like Shanklin there who's coming out, he can scramble, he can pass. He's really a threat for this defense.
Yeah, Jet Washington there, the defensive back, free safety, was barreling down on that in what easily could have been a momentum switch here on the first play of the second half.
We got Jaden Wilson in at quarterback, the sophomore.
Wilson will look to throw into triple coverage as that is caught for a gain of about 4.
What a pretty ball right there. He hit him right between 3 defenders there, and you got to expect that from a guy coming in. He's got to be perfect.
So Jaden Wilson replaces Reese Shanklin early in this second half.
We haven't seen him at all this year. Shanklin's been at quarterback for their last game against Bergen Catholic, so this is his first start of this season. Play.
Wilson looking left side, will get it out quickly, in and out of the hands of LaRon Baker, the junior wide receiver, as that will set up 4th down and what looks to be a 3-and-out situation for the East St. Louis Flyers.
When you've got running backs like Cook Johnson and Tillman, it really opens up the passing game for the Flyers, but he just couldn't get the hold on the ball there. It was a pretty throw. He had his hands on it. It could have been a closer. They might have gone for it on 4th down if he caught it. Probably would have went out of bounds with a yard to go.
Right, so if you're East St. Louis, this is not really what you want to start the second half. And that is bobbled by Shanklin, and he gets this punt away, and it's not a good one as it bounces at the 34-yard line, as that will set up Bishop Gorman well on their side of the field.
That was the second snap in a row on the punting special teams squad there. That was kind of muffed. That one was too low there. And before that, that was too high. They've got to find the middle zone there. If you're this Gales offense, this is really in prime position to almost put this game away here. You're up 21-3, and the Flyers haven't put up a touchdown yet. Can get down the field, but this Gales defense is able to stop them. They're such a power horse.
So Micah Eugenio in the backfield with Noah Cole right behind him, setting up 1st and 10 from the 34 are the Gorman Gales, and he'll hand it off to Noah Cole, who barrels forward but is stonewalled there for no gain, making it 2nd and 10.
We haven't seen it too much, but looks like they're adding a little bit more on the defensive back safety on that play than they did in the first half. They aren't pressuring Igneo as much as they did in the first half, which might have worked well for them there. Seems like they were able to stop any long plays, and they only got a yardage.
Eugenio rejoins the huddle after getting that play from offensive coordinator Craig Canfield on the sideline for 2nd and 10, trying to dial up something good here. 2nd and 10. The motion man is Mingo. As he takes the snap, gets it out quickly to Cole. And that is a nice tackle there. He's gang tackled by number 21, James Bryant, the linebacker there to sniff that out on that running back screen, what seemed to be, and gets a tackle for loss.
The Flyers sideline was ecstatic after that tackle for loss. They read that play well. They were able to get the little running back pass under control, but you see they almost had an interception there. He was just a couple inches off from catching that ball, and he maybe would have ran it back and made this game more negligible.
So we've got 3rd and 15 from the 39-yard line are the Gales, who have been pushed back on their first drive of the second half, but look to get something here on 3rd and long. Eugenio, deep drop. He's looking to take a shot. He's got him in wide open. That is number 6, Messiah Mingo for 6.
And when you're the Gales and your offense is just so efficient, a play like that's just got to get them excited on that sideline here.
Right, what a nice pass it was from Eugenio, as he has taken shots all night, and one has finally connected. 6 for 6 there. Mingo scores 6, pending the extra point from Borsari, as it is 20-3 here with 9:07 left here in the third quarter.
That was Mingo's second touchdown this year. He's got to be good for that guy.
Borsari's kick is up and good, as that is well into the parking lot.
Better hope your car's not parked right there. Might have got a little dent there, but nothing hit it.
It's okay, y'all. It's okay. We just got to stay competitive. We just got to stay competitive. We just got to stay competitive. Somebody in the comments say I'm trolling. No, I ain't trolling, man. I just like to provide some like good fun, love, and entertainment, man. We getting our ass kicked, bro. Oh, we're salty. I'm crying on the inside. I ain't gonna lie to you on my mama. Swear to God on my mama, like Hawk say. I promise you. Let's go.
On this drive coming out, Shanklin was just subbed out for the sophomore Jaden Wilson. But
if you're the Flyers, you're trying to get something to go. Shanklin's done well for this team. He hasn't been bad at all. It's just this offense stalls. They can get 3 or 4 first downs, but they stall when it matters most.
Borsari will boot this well into the end zone for a touchback, as that will bring out the Flyers to the 20-yard line.
Also, they've got a little question on who their running back is. You know, they've got Cook Johnson in, and they also had Tillman in at times. So this offense is really 7 people in and 7 people out, and seeing who's going to be that playmaker of this game, who's going to be able to get the Flyers on the board, who's going to get their touchdown. Looks like Shanklin is not in. Looks like Jaden Wilson is in at quarterback.
So Wilson's still in the game with a split running back set there. A little handoff to number 26. That is Ahmad Coleman, who's breaking tackles. He's past the 40. Down at midfield on a nice run that was by Ahmad Coleman.
What a great rush there. When you've got a Flyers team like this who can block well at times, it's good that he was able to see that rush and that zone where there were still defenders there, and he's able to get the long run off of that.
That's a good drive starter there.
And that's the third running back that this Flyers team has put in and have tried rotating around. That was a nice long rush. Let's see if they got some momentum going maybe after the halftime locker room talk.
8.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. They'll keep with this split back set. And they'll hand it this time to Amir Tillman, who gains 5 as he brings a Gorman Gale defender to the sideline with him.
If he had a different angle, he might have made him go with him on that run right there. But once again, he was able to see the holes on that defense. And when you've got quarterbacks like Shanklin and Wilson right now, we've seen they can throw really quick and precise throws, which makes this Gales defense a little off kilter. You're not expecting what's going to happen, a run or a pass.
So Tillman picks up half, making it 2nd and 5, only needing 5 there for the first on 2nd and 5. East St. Louis will keep this split back set as they will hand to number 6. That's Cook Johnson, who has the first down and a lot more as he barrels over a defender. And he is down at about the 27-yard line. Oh, and that was a nice run there by Cook Johnson, trying to get the running backs by committee going here.
We didn't see really many rushes in the first half. It is really good that they're going with 2 running back system here because if you know a run's coming, you don't know where it's going though. They've been doing these sweeping plays, which have seemed to be the difference maker. They haven't been able to get many long inside runs. That long run early in the first quarter from Tillman was another outside sweep. So we'll see what else the Flyers have going.
So Wilson with Cook Johnson will hand it off to Cook Johnson, and as he picks up 1, making it 2nd and 9 from the 25-yard line with just under 7 minutes left here in the third quarter.
I'd expect maybe another run from Cook Johnson, even Tillman, or maybe somebody else on the team. You could have a wide receiver in at running back, get some rushing. It seems to be that what's getting this Flyers team going is their running. That the longest play in that first half was that rush.
Wilson in the backfield, motion man is number 4, but he'll hand it off to Amir Tillman, who accelerates up the hole.
And that is 3rd down. If you're the Flyers offense here, you've got to stick it out here. If you don't get it here, might as well go for it on 4th down. You got to get points on the board. You're down 18 points, which is at least 3 touchdowns. Let's see what these guys got going.
So we've got 3rd and 4 from the 20-yard line. East St. Louis looking to keep the drive alive with their backup quarterback, Jaden Wilson, in the game. Motion man is number 4, Jamari Ware, as they will touch pass to him. And he does pick up the first down and more.
Just like Thomas. Just like I said earlier, maybe have your wide receiver rush a little bit, and he had that forward pass there, which got them and the Gales defense off guard there.
So this drive will stay alive for the East St. Louis Flyers as they are in the red zone of the Gorman Gales, looking to stay in this game here under the Friday night lights.
Not sure if it's just my imagination, but looks like there's more people on East St. Louis fan side on the visitor side. Looks like more people came after halftime.
Split back set. Tillman motions to the left side, but he'll hand it off to Ahmad Coleman as he picks up 3, make it 4 yards there on first down, making it 2nd and 6.
We've seen most of the plays through this drive being running plays, which seems to work out for the Flyers, but you're down 18 points. You've got to pick up the pace a little bit coming up. This Bishop Gorman team, you're not sure if you're going to be able to shut them out.
Same split back set here for 2nd and 6. Motion man is Tillman as they will hand it off to Coleman again, who's barreling closer to the end zone there, down at about the 3-yard line as it is 1st and goal to go for the East St. Louis Flyers.
You got that 2 running backs in play there, and you can see it tricked a couple of the Gales defenders there. They went with the Amar Tillman going on the left side off the top of your screen, which has been quite well for the Flyers so far this half.
So that is LaRon Baker to your top of your screen, who is on an island out there with a Gorman Gale defender. But he'll hand it off to Coleman, who easily walks
Touchdown.
in for the East St. Louis touchdown. That was a statement drive.
Coleman, you've got Tillman, you've got Cook Johnson, and even they had LeRon Baker Jr. rush the ball at one point during this drive, which seems to be working for them. They're tricking the Gales defense a little bit. They don't know where they're going to go.
So Damon Pruitt on for the extra point. Good snap, good hold. His kick is up and good, as it is 21-10 here at Fertitta Field.
We spoke briefly before the game. What a beautiful atmosphere this game has been. A lot of Gorman fans are really cheering on their team. There's even a lot of people in East St. Louis's visitor side. It seems like there's been more people than there were before this game started. And once again, we can see the strip from here. It's quite beautiful. What a great atmosphere to be calling this game at.
So East St. Louis gets back into this game, still making it 2 possessions, but that was a do or die drive there for the Flyers.
If you're the Flyers here, you're down 11 points. You've got to have a defensive playmaker. You got to have a defensive leader here. You've got your captain, Leon Howard, the senior, 6'1". Maybe he can make a couple plays, stall this Gales drive, and we can see if the Flyers might get some offense going after this.
So Damon Pruitt, after that extra point was good, we'll kick it back to Zyren Menor on the left side, and number 6, Messiah Mingo on his side, as Menor is going to get a good block from Mingo. Be careful now as he brings this out to the 34-yard line. We've already seen a kick return for a touchdown earlier in this game by that same Bishop Gorman Gale right there, Zyren Menor.
This Gale team is just so together. You saw the blocking on that play. They hit their man, and he's just so fast. This Flyers team isn't able to hold him and aren't able to get him.
So out comes Eugenio, who breaks the huddle here from the 35-yard line. Good field position for this Gorman Gale offense to get started here.
Eugenio is really the leader of this Gales team. You can see the guys, they crowd around him. He's really able to command this offense well.
Eugenio with doubles on both sides. Noah Cole in the backfield will fake it to him on a quick pass there by number 4. That is a Jamori Weir, who has the first down and more past midfield into Flyer territory.
They're not going to step off the gas here. They've got that modern day game next. They want to be in perfect form. They want to have some momentum going into that game, and they want to shut out this game. They're up 11. They feel like they should be up more with their offense. They're just so together right now.
Eugenio with 1st and 10 just past midfield will hand it off to Cole, who's making men miss, barreling down on a gain of about 5 there on 1st down, making it 2nd and 4,
When you've got a guy like Eugenio that really opens the game, I've said this once before, you got Cole there, and he's able to read the defensive schemes, that he's able to break a couple tackles and miss and have a couple men miss. Pardon me.
So 3 minutes and 15 seconds left here in the third quarter. Eugenio in a pistol formation with doubles to his left side. Will hand it to number 25, who has room, flat down as he picks up the 1st down. That is Danton Kaheko.
He had a man miss earlier, and if he would have hit him, we'd be looking at a loss there and not a 1st down. But he's just so quick. This Bishop Gorman team, the whole team is really quick, and they're quite together.
So that 1st down run by Kaheko is negated by a holding penalty on that Gorman offensive line, as this will be a setback for them, making it 2nd and 14.
You'd expect Neil to get a couple passes going. You might see another deep shot like he's done before, and maybe to Mingo again. He seems to be like wide receiver 1 for this game tonight.
So Eugenio with doubles to his right side and a bunch to the bottom of the screen. Eugenio takes a shot deep. He's got him wide open, and he breaks a tackle into the end zone. Zyran Menor with his third touchdown of the game. That was a beautiful pass from Eugenio as he gets love from the sideline. This Gorman crowd is loving it here under the Friday Night Lights.
When you see that Gorman, kind of their drive almost stall, he lets out a deep pass and gets them going. We've seen that once before. We've seen that with Mingo, and he hit him in stride. The defender was way behind him, and he was able to get them in for that touchdown, up 17 now.
So pending the extra point from Borsari, as there's penalties down, as a Gale offensive lineman is struggling to get up there.
Just kind of fell back there. There might have been a little pushing before that play.
Kind of hard holding all that weight up sometimes, you know, and then you just fall backwards.
Happens to the best of us.
So now we'll hopefully have an extra point try here after that penalty, as it is 27-10 pending this extra point try from Borsari here at Fertitta Field. Borsari's kick is up, and it is good. They have to put the net up this time, as that football the last time went deep into the parking lot, and the Gorman Gales are up 18.
If you're the Flyers, you can't be demoralized here. You scored on your last drive, and you gave up a touchdown on this Gales drive. You can't be demoralized here. If the Gales make one mistake and you are able to capitalize on that, you're back in the game. You're back in the game if they scored a touchdown here and stop the Gales next drive. They're only down 4.
So this Gorman crowd has come to life here. A couple of deep shots has definitely gotten a rise into this crowd, as they are loving the scoreboard here at Fertitta Field. 28-10, Gales up 18 with 2.5 minutes left here in the third quarter.
Like you were saying, a couple of those deep shots, that's been really the difference maker here in this game.
Borsari will kick this through the back of the end zone for a touchback, as the East St. Louis Flyers look to respond back after that pretty passing catch there for the long touchdown.
Wonder if Wilson's going to come out here for the Flyers again. We saw last drive they had the 2 running back thing going on in the backfield. They might go again to capitalize on that success of the last drive. Or we could see Wilson just throw air out the ball. He's thrown the ball a couple times this game, made a couple clean passes in the pocket. Let's see what they've got going. They've got that 2 running back with Cook Johnson and Amir Tillman.
Amir Tillman is the motion man, but Wilson on the keeper will pick up a couple there on that option read.
What a luxury it is to have. We've seen 3 different running backs. All have been great, but what a luxury to have those options, have the passing game, and have the quarterback who can run too. We've seen that with Wilson. We've seen it earlier with Shanklin. It really throws the defense off.
Wilson fumbles the snap, and he has to dive back onto it, as this will set them back about 3, making it 3rd and long now with just under 2 minutes to go. And that is not the only time that we've seen fumbled snaps from either side.
Yeah, it seems to be a pretty big problem so far with this Flyers offense. They've had a lot of muffed snaps. They've even had some on special teams to the punter with one too short, one too long. They really need to pick up the pace and chip away here. Airing it out by Wilson might be able to get them a little farther, but let's see what they have going on. They've had long rushes before. They've got Cook Johnson in the backfield, the number 2 running back of 2027. Let's see what they have going on here.
Wilson takes the snap with trips to his left side. Pressure coming. Wilson has to flush away, and he throws it into the dirt there, as it is incomplete, setting up 4th down for the Flyers. And that is not what you want there on that drive.
No, not at all. He just too much pressure from that Gales extraordinary defensive line. It's too much to handle at sometimes for these teams. We've seen it before. The Gales have only given up 24 points, including this game so far this season. They're really a powerhouse.
So Shanklin on the punt for the Flyers. Back to receive for the Gales, as that is a bouncing snap that is partially blocked, and it is caught by a East St. Louis up man, and Bishop Gorman will have the ball at the 25-yard line.
They just got a little unlucky there. Once again, the snaps need to be a little cleaner, and it just got to the better of him. But the Gales are in prime position here to put away the game. They're on the 25. Let's see what's going to happen here. Got a new ball in from the last punt. Let's see what Ignio's got on this offense. He's the 121st quarterback in the class of 2026. He's committed to Hawaii. This whole team leads around him. And we can see down at the bottom of your screen, Zyron Minor, who's got 3 touchdowns this game, is out at wide receiver.
Eugenio takes the snap, will hand it off to Noah Cole, who's barreling ahead, flag down as he's down inside the red zone at about the 3-yard line. Multiple flags on the field as this is likely coming back.
They just got a little unlucky there, but the Flyers weren't expecting a run. We've seen Ignio be so perfect this game. He's been able to hit his wide receivers in stride downfield 20-plus yards. And the Flyers weren't ready for a rush that long. It looks like it's coming back, though. Might be a holding.
So that holding call there is on Devin Ensminger, as this will set up 1st and 20 for the Gales on a nice run from Noah Cole that is negated by that penalty.
If you're the Gales here, you've gotta hope that doesn't demoralize this drive. They started at the 25 and now are all the way back to the 35. After that long run from Cole, let's see if they maybe have another pass going on from Ignio.
1st and 20, Eugenio, deep drop. He's looking to take a shot again, as this is an arm punt into the end zone, as it is intercepted there by number 15, Randy Johnson.
He overthrew his guy a little bit there, and Johnson was able to make a good play here. And once again, this is what I was saying earlier. If the Flyers want to stay in this game, they've got to capitalize off of the Gales' mistakes. And right there, that was a huge mistake. If they score here, they're only down 2 touchdowns, and they could come back and maybe make this game close or win this game here. They've got 22 seconds left in this quarter, and we're going to see if Wilson's back on the field for the Flyers.
Wilson is in the backfield. Only a single back formation. We're so used to seeing that split back set there. But that is Ahmad Coleman, fresh off the touchdown run. Takes the snap and hands to him as Coleman gets a good block, a stiff arm down the 30. He's past the 40. Down at about midfield, make it the 49-yard line is Ahmad Coleman, as he's doing everything to keep his team in this game.
It looked like he had nowhere to go at first in that play, but he was able to make a couple men miss with his evasiveness, his quickness, and you can see right there closer to this sideline by the 45, he was able to make a man miss his tackle, and that's got the Flyers in prime position to score here and make it 2 touchdowns.
So that is the end of the third quarter. Looking for some momentum are the Flyers, fresh off that Ahmad Coleman. Big gain there to get the drive started for them as they look to mount a comeback here at Fertitta Field for the Flyers.
Once again, the Flyers have to capitalize off of this play. They're down 18 here, which is 3 possessions. They could score here, make it 2 possessions. And if they capitalize off of another mistake, it could make the Flyers in prime position to upset this game, but the Gales have really such a high efficient offense that it would really be causing another miscue like that interception there.
So we have 1st and 10 from the 50 for the Flyers as this fourth quarter is about to get started here. And Jaden Wilson, the backup quarterback for the Flyers, is tasked with a monumental job to come into Fertitta Field against number 3 Bishop Gorman and try and mount a comeback.
And you know, these backups on both of these teams are really good. These teams are historically such good offenses that every person on the team has their job, and almost any other team in the country, they could be starters here.
So Cook Johnson in the backfield to start this fourth quarter with Wilson, the quarterback. In the gun, the motion man is Jamori Ware as he hands it off to Cook Johnson, who is steamrolling, and he's still on his feet. Past the first down at around the 34-yard line was Cook Johnson, and he kept the legs churning there well past the first down marker.
When you've got really good running backs like Tillman and Cook Johnson, you let them be able to rest. And we've seen that. They've taken out Cook Johnson multiple times this game. But really what made the difference here, he was able to rest a little bit. And he dragged the guy, which is why he had that rest. He drove a guy pass down to the first down here. Let's see what they have going on. One running back in the backfield.
First down for Wilson with trips to his left. Will hand it off to Amir Tillman, who accelerates on that nice gain there on first down. That will drive them past the 30-yard line.
Sorry, I keep going off Thomas here. He's a great commentator here. But once again, we've got that 2 running back play where they're able to get running backs resting, and actually it's 3 at this point. We got another running back in, looks like to be Willis.
Some tempo here as it is handed off to Ahmad Coleman, who's breaking tackles down the sideline and pushed out of bounds at around the 5-yard line. It looked like he got stopped there, but, kept the legs churning, and he has set up his team with 1st and goal.
The Flyers seem to do really well when they have multiple running backs in during the plays. It is able to let them rest. They get their legs some time to heal off these long runs they've had. You've got Cook Johnson back in the backfield, number 2 running back. I'd expect another rush here.
So we've got 1st and goal. Hand off to Cook Johnson as it is taking the entire Bishop Gorman D-line to bring him down. He's still not down well after the whistles are blown, as it is 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line with just about 10 minutes left here in the game.
The Flyers have to pick up this pace a little bit. They have been able to get some yards with the 3 running backs they have going on, but with 10 minutes going, can you really score 3 touchdowns that fast if you're this Flyers offense?
So 2nd and goal, Wilson in the backfield. A hand to Coleman, who can't break that tackle on that tackle for loss there. Taiwan Lawrence, the 6'4" D lineman, he was not going anywhere around that 6'4" frame of Lawrence there.
The Gales offense has picked up on this running game from the Flyers. We're able to make the guys miss their blocking and able to get it for a tackle for loss there. Now brings up 3rd down. If I were the Flyers offense, you got to get points up. You got to go for it on 4th down here if it gets to 4th down at that point.
So a big down here, making it 3rd and goal. As he looks to the left side, Wilson has a man open, and it is dropped on a nice pass there from Wilson. They just can't execute. That was number 2, Ronnie Go-Miller, as he's going to want that one back for sure.
That was such a pretty pass. He was able just to throw it so nicely up in the air, right over his shoulder, but he couldn't hold on to it. The defender was 3-4 steps back behind him, weren't able to catch him. Looks like they may be going for it here, which is what you need if you're the Flyers offense. You're already down 3 possessions. It would still be 3 possessions if you didn't get it here.
So 4th down, do or die situation for the Flyers, as they're going to need to take a timeout to maybe rethink their decision here on 4th down with 9.5 minutes left here in the game.
What a good decision, because if we don't get it here, the game's over. They're not going to be able to get it down the field, and it's really good to regroup here. You see this a lot in basketball. If the game's super close, you want to call a timeout, so you don't want to save up your timeouts if you're not going to be in the game later.
So 4th and goal for the Flyers. What do you expect to see here, Marla?
They're a little too far to have a long running play, but they've been able to break out before. If they do run, I could see Tillman bringing it in for the rush. He's had a couple of long plays for this team that have really brought up morale. But I think Wilson might take another shot in the end zone. We might see Go Miller catch that ball if it comes his way again. He seems really upset over that play. You can see he was laying down in the end zone. But let's see what they have going. It's do or die here.
So both teams breaking the huddle here. 4th and goal from the 5-yard line. Backup quarterback Jaden Wilson for the Flyers is looking to mount a comeback, as it is looking to start right here on this big down in the game. Wilson calling the protection. He has a gun bunch formation to his left side. Wilson clapping his hands, looking left side, and he's flushed out of the pocket, and he's sacked by number 5, Jet Washington, as he slams the door there on that drive, as Gorman will take over.
That really just takes this game out for the Flyers. If the Gales score here, it's pretty much over. What a great heads-up play by Jet Wilson. He was able to get that sack and stop that drive for them. It was really do or die there. And you could see they didn't go with the run there. The running back headed off left on a little wheel route. Really heads-up play from Jet Washington. I didn't know he saw that line right there.
So 1st and 10 for the Gales following that Jet Washington sack, and the turnover on downs is Micah Eugenio looking to probably take some time off this clock with 9.5 left here in the game. We'll hand it off as he is barreling forward. That is number 25, Danten Kaheko.
Going back to that last play by the Gales when they were able to sack Wilson, the Gales, they have so many good defensive players. They don't have to rely on just one player. Going into this game, they had 3 different players who had 3 or more sacks. That's more than one a game for a couple of these players. You don't got to rely on all the guys on one specific one. You can rely on all the guys, which we can see the Gales done today. There hasn't been one standout defensive player yet.
Eugenio with doubles to his right side, and Kaheko stays in the backfield, but he'll fake it to him. Has a man wide open, trying to make a man miss there. And he does pick up the first down, is number 4. That is Kina Watson, as there's pushing and shoving at around the 35-yard line, as tensions are flaring here between two teams.
Quite impressive that he was able to stay on his feet after that tackle from a Flyer defender. He was able to stay on his feet and not out of bounds. He got a couple more yards out of that play. And going back, Watson's got that connection with Ignio. They're both going to Hawaii. They've got that connection. Seems like they really trust each other.
So Eugenio has first down and 10 to work with from the 35 as he hands it. No, he'll keep it on that read option from Noah Cole, but he picks up the first down with his legs. He says, watch me do it myself.
You really don't want to see this drive stall out. I mean, even for this game, but for Mater Dei, they play Mater Dei next week. That's going to be a momentous game. Mater Dei's #1 team in the nation and the only team that Bishop Gorman lost to last season. They're looking for their revenge there, and hopefully that would have some implications to who's going to be the #1 team in the nation, who's going to be the national champions.
So 1st and 10 from the 46 following that scramble by Eugenio that picked up the first down. Cole in the backfield with him. This time he'll hand it off to him, and he's got a hole on the left side. There's nobody there defensively. Noah Cole trying to accelerate, but he's tackled out of bounds at around the 11-yard line. On a nice run that was. There was nobody on that left sideline for the Flyers as they are set up well in the red zone.
When you've got a quarterback like Ignio, who was able to take off and run just the play before, you could see it tricked a couple defenders thinking the ball was going back with him, which their job was to take down Cole, which he was able just to rush forward and get that nice, long, pretty play for Bishop Gorman.
So 1st and 10, well in the red zone here for the Gales. Trying to put the nail in the coffin here with 7 minutes and 46 seconds left in the game. Eugenio with trips to his right side will take the snap and keep it on the read option. He's going to walk in for a touchdown. He was untouched. He might as well just stroll on into the end zone because there was nobody there defensively again.
There was nobody. Man, out. It's just all the rushing from McNeil and from Cole was able.
Man, forget them. I ain't posting on video this time.
A busy night tonight. Looking to add on, trying to make this 35-10 for the Gorman Gales. Pending this extra point. Good snap, good hold. Borsari's kick is good, making it 35-10. Once again, I'm Thomas Gabo here on NFHS Network. To my right is Marla Mundo, and we will be right back after this.
Are you an enthusiastic
Coach Mike D, man, what you think so far? I don't know. I got a lot to say, but I'm gonna wait till after the game. I got a lot to say, but I'm gonna wait till after the game. It's a commercial break. Commercial break me, please. It's Joe T. Baker say. Hey, this Nosebleed Nation football, man. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment, man. Y'all, hey, it's us. Be back.
During the break, Thomas and I were just talking about what players have been the difference maker for this game. Thomas, who has been your player maker so far?
It's got to be Zyron Minor for the Gorman Gales. I mean, he's basically done it single-handedly. He's done it special teams and on offense. As this kick is brought out by number 5, Amir Tillman, trying to make 2 Gorman Gales miss, but that is not going to help as they are down at about the 11 where this East St. Louis drive gets started. But, yeah, I would say Zyron Minor for player of the game, no doubt.
He's been quite exceptional. That couple punts, even a couple, a punt, kick return, even a couple receiving touchdowns has really been exceptional for this Gales offense. He's just a sophomore, too. He's really got that ice in his veins going, but you can't undermark Ignacio, too. He's really good quarterback for this Gales offense. Let's see what the Flyers have coming up on this drive. Even if they don't win this game, you want them to have a good showing out here in Las Vegas.
So we'll take the snap and hand it to the running back. That was Cook Johnson on a gain of a couple there. That is not the play that you need here late in this game if you want to try and mount a comeback.
Yeah, and even just for getting some offensive plays going, calling a couple plays, you want to have some momentum going into next week. You want them to get some plays going, get some confidence growing in this team. They've only played one game this season, and it was a close loss.
Wilson will hand it off to Coleman, who has the first down and a lot more. Past the 30 down to about, the 35-yard line on a nice run that was by Ahmad Coleman. As the Flyers will have 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. So for East St. Louis, Marla, give us a rundown on how their schedule looks the rest of the season.
Well, they play Alton at Alton. Then they play Belleville West for their first home game of the season. They've been on on a nice road run so far. Then they go to Edwardsville in October, then Belleville East, then O'Fallon, and they end this season with IMG Academy, their revenge game, their only loss of the season last season.
So Wilson misses on that pass to Go Miller on this Gorman sideline. Trying to take a shot there, just trying to get something going, but they will lead to an incomplete pass and second down.
There's 6:14 left in this quarter. I don't think you've got to worry about coming back. You've got to worry about getting these guys, these young athletes, confident. You want to get a nice drive going here.
Cook Johnson, the motion man. Amir Tillman, the running back, as he is pushed backwards on a short gain there. So for the Gorman Gales, their upcoming schedule next week is Mater Dei. That will be a good one. Have all eyes on that game next week here at Fertitta Field. Then they play Santa Margarita at Santa Margarita. Then back home for a 2-game home stretch with Palo Verde and Mojave on 10-3, October 3rd and October 10th. And then finishing out the season, 2 away games to Somerset Academy and Shadow Ridge. Wilson motions him in, will hit Go Miller as he completes it for the first down. Just trying to get this offense going as we do have an injured Gorman Gale at about the 50-yard line.
That's always hard to see. It's hard to see on this game and a bit of a blowout to have one of your star players get injured right at the end of the game. We were talking about that Mater Dei game coming up next week. You know, Thomas, I could see if Gorman pulls out the win there, they could go undefeated the rest of the season. They play Somerset Low-C later in the season, who aren't known for their football team, but they're still pretty good. But the Gales are just so much better than most of the teams in the country.
Right, number 3 on the national scale. And Mater Dei is number 1. And they will host the Monarchs here at Fertitta Field next week, September 19th. You do not want to miss that game on NFHS Network, as that will for surely have all eyes on, as there are college recruits on both sides, on the Gorman side and the Monarch side. This is like a national spotlight for high school football. Those two teams attract a lot of attention, and it has truly been an honor to call this game here for Fertitta Field to witness a powerhouse that Bishop Gorman is. Wilson takes the snap. He's flushed out to his right. Prince Williams bearing down on him, has to throw it, and it is incomplete. That was almost intercepted there on the waiting defender, number 7, Pessy Silva, the defensive back.
Make sure you stay tuned after this game is over. We're going to have a post-game interview with our own field reporter, Maya Perez. You'll be able to hear from.
Man, forget what she talking about. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Forget what she talking about. Let's go.
Left to go here in the game. The Flyers just looking to keep this game a little closer on the scoreboard at this point. Cook Johnson in the backfield with Go Miller on the bottom of your screen with a trip formation to his right side. And that is going to be a false start there on Cook Johnson. Got going a little early there, as this will set East St. Louis back 5.
Well, one thing you gotta say about this St. Louis sideline is that they're still standing. They're still really serious. They're still locked in, and it's really good to see from this Flyers defense. You don't want to ever be demoralized. You always want to be on your toes, which seems like this Flyers team has done so far.
So Jaden Wilson calling the protection for his offensive lineman, with Ahmad Coleman to his left side with that same trips formation to his right side. He will motion out Coleman from the 47-yard line. Wilson low snap, pressure coming, evades the sack, can't get away from Prince Williams, but does manage to get the ball away as that would have been Prince William's third sack of the game there, as he has been sensational on that D line here.
It's just he's really been able to get this team going. He's such a leader. We've seen that. We've seen the players crowd around him, asking. I don't want to say for advice, but asking him what he thinks.
So we've got 3rd and 15 here with just under 5 minutes left here in the game from the 47. Wilson, another low snap, will hand it to Coleman, and he breaks a tackle, and he is gang tackled by the Gale defense, as that will set up 4th down in what is likely the special teams looks to be coming out. I thought for surely they might try and go for it. Try and have some fun out there late here in the game, play some backyard football, but special teams is out. Shanklin in the backfield ready to punt away.
Yeah, why don't we have a showcase of what Wilson can do here on offense? That would have been nice to see, but seems like special teams coming out. They've been having trouble with their snaps, had a lot of low snaps, had a couple ones that bounced around, had one that was too high. Let's see if they're able to perfect this last snap, likely for the Flyers.
So back to receive is Jet Washington. Good snap, and Shanklin gets a hold of this one as Washington will let it bounce, and it takes a Flyer bounce down at around the 16-yard line, as that sets up Bishop Gorman on what has been basically their game from start to finish.
What a nice snap from the Flyers special team. That was really good to close out the game on a high note for them. They struggled with their snaps on special teams all night long, and he was able to get such a nice roll, just rolled nicely down the field and out of the bounds at about the 15.
All right, Marla, we are going to do some trivia. So, what year did Bishop Gorman win their first state championship?
Oh, gosh. They're really such a historically great team. I don't know. Maybe it was the year I was born, 2004.
Actually, 2007, which is somewhat recent history.
Mm-hmm.
But when we look at a superpower like Gorman is, you would think they would rack up all these state championships from years and years ago. But, 2007, that's basically recent history, as they run some trickery there to number 6 Mingo on what was a little flip pass. And what year did East St. Louis win their first state championship?
Oh, gosh. That's a really good question. I know East St. Louis head coach Darren Sunkett has been with the team 24 years. If you're able to stay with the team that long, you must be doing something good. So let me do a little math here. Let's see. 24 minus 23 is 2001. I might go with maybe a little before that, maybe like 1997.
1979 is when their first state championship was birthed for the Flyers, as they have been historically good in their home state of Illinois. As Eugenio takes the snap and hands it to Noah Cole as he tries to break a tackle there, trying to make a man miss, as he picks up the first down at about the 30-yard line. But yeah, historically, both teams have been historical winners. But I was very shocked to see East St. Louis's first state championship was 1979. I was not even a thought back then.
That's crazy. That just shows how good this East St. Louis team is. They won state last year for 6A. They're looking to win again. But looks here, they're going to take the loss here, and looks like they learned a bit. They learned a lot about their team. These teams both match well athletically, but Bishop Gorman's just such a powerhouse.
Eugenio will hand it to Cole. That is fumbled. And what is that is recovered by Bishop Gorman. A little sloppy there, but they managed to fall back on it and live for another down, making it 2nd and 14 with just under 2 minutes left here in the game.
Yeah, this has been quite an exciting game. It's really such a nice atmosphere out here in Bishop Gorman in North Las Vegas. It's really been good to see two really good teams, and a lot of these guys are going to go collegiately. They're going to go up to a different level. It's really good to see these guys before they make a name for themselves.
Eugenio will hand it to Cole. Cole has a lot of room, and he's breaking tackles And he has another first down carry at around midfield as we are closing in on the final whistle of the game with 1.5 minutes left here at Fertitta Field.
We've seen Cole make some nice runs so far this game. He's really been such a great player. He's only a sophomore, so.
Man, forget what she talking about, man. Thank you all, man. Thank you all, everybody that's still here, man. Stay tuned after the game. We're going to talk a little bit about the game, man. Thank you all for being here with us, man, tonight.
3 formation. As Eugenio will take the snap. And he will take a knee as that will set up Bishop Gorman 4-0 as they will host Mater Dei next week, as that will likely be the game, period.
Damn, man, we got our ass kicked. Coach Mike D, we got our ass kicked, bro.
Raleigh.
But it's cool. Before I go there, before anybody say I'm hating, before anybody say I ain't loyal, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. We still gonna win state. It's cool. But what you think about the game, Coach Mike D? I'm gonna go to the comments. I'm gonna see what they talking about in the comments about the game. You know what I'm saying? Leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna run that phone number at the bottom. No, I ain't running the phone number. If you want to join, you better show your face. Let's go, Coach Mike. Talk to him.
Yeah, man. Bishop Gorman just looked a lot faster. And I'm gonna say this. It looks like that game, since Eastside ain't played in 2 weeks, it showed. They look slow, very undisciplined, a lot of mistakes. I think they tried to run the ball too late in the game. That Coleman kid, they should have gave him the ball in the first quarter, because to me, he looked like he was the only one ready to play. He was running hard. I think they tried to be a little too fancy in the first quarter, spreading people out, trying to throw the ball, trying to prove a point, and it bit them in the butt. Bishop Gorman was not playing with them. They were very disciplined, and like I said, they were faster. The offensive line blocked so well. It's very rare you saw anybody in the backfield when they ran the ball. Everybody was blocked. Everybody. So it was a good butt whooping, but Eastside they're gonna have to watch the tape on this one, and they're gonna see a lot of mistakes, and I think some people gonna get chewed out on this one. But you know, they missed the game, so they just gonna have to pick up the piece and move on. They got all next week, so you can't worry about it right now. Gotta move on to the next game.
Bro, I'm with my man, Mr. Todd, my neighbor. We got to run the ball between the tackles. If this kid a 5-star, he got to touch the ball 20, 25 yards a game. I'm sorry. I mean, 20, 25 times a game, not yours. Because it seems like right now that's about all he getting, 20, 25 yards a game. He going to mess around and lose a star by the end of the season. Now watch. I got faith, though. He bounced back next year, and he have a 200-yard game. Unknown. You got to go. You got to show your face. Show your face or you can't come. But he going to mess around and have a 200-yard game next week. You know, and I want to see that from him because I don't. And I still feel like I'm going to keep saying it. We going to win state. We going to win state. We going to win state. That's the only thing that matter right there, bro.
Yeah. You know, man, it's I like what Perry said. They gotta fix that secondary too. They got gas, man. You can't get beat deep like that. I mean, this guy's running 3 yards behind the DB, catching the ball and running the end zone. I mean, that's very undisciplined, man. The whole game is undisciplined. Fumbles, missed tackle, a bunch of missed tackles, getting blocked, not getting off blocks. There's a whole lot of stuff in this game, man.
Remember,
A whole lot.
I would like to see better quarterback play. You know, I would like to see better play from the quarterback and especially the center. I don't know. I don't think that center gonna have his job next week. You know, but I hope he can bounce back and hopefully he do and he have a better rest of the season. Some of the comments saying that they should have ran the ball. Leonard Perry says we gotta fix the secondary. LaJuan Powell, he says they not winning state looking like this. Big Three say you should have ran the ball more when you see 3 down linemen. Unknown, you're gonna get blocked. Coach Doc says the secondary missing CJ and the other guys. We know they're going to run through the Southwest Conference. Yeah, we know they're going to run through the Southwest Conference. That's a given. That's a given. These the games they got to compete. Yes, and that's what I keep saying. In these games, we got to compete in these games. If we don't compete in these type of games, bro, there's no sense in keep playing. But I feel like we play them because it makes our team stronger and better, win or lose. And I think it's a good thing to even get the kids that exposure and get the kids out of their neighborhoods, get the kids out of the community and things like that. Big Three says it was a lot of low snaps. What you think about that, Coach Mike D? What you think about the snaps, bro? The snaps was a big, big problem affecting the flow of the offense this week.
Oh yeah, man. I 100%. You cannot have low snap. I mean, it's like every snap the guy got was off to his left and low. That's terrible. Causing getting behind the sticks, 2nd and 15, 2nd and 20, 3rd and 15, you know, bobbling the ball, throws the timing off. It was terrible. It was terrible, man. You know, I see Leonard Perry saying, who was your running back? Now I know ain't nobody probably gonna like this. I know we got that 5-star, but I don't know what y'all saw. I like Coleman, man. Coleman just runs hard. I like that dude. Number 26. I love him. Hey, he got a mark on my heart. I love him. That brother need to see some time because he runs hard. He hard to bring down, and he was running with a purpose. And
but it don't look good to bench a 5-star, bro.
Woo, man, look. Man, look. Hold on. I got a question to ask the chat. I know Sunken, this is Sunken's team. Hold on. If this was Bob Shannon coaching this team right now, and he saw that boy running like that, who would be a starting running back? I'm just gonna answer for the people in the back. Who would he have running the ball after what he saw today? I'm just saying. You tell me.
Hey, I want to point something out. LaJuan Powell, former Flyer, he said, if you played there, you know this is not the standard. And I will say, I played on Sunken's first team ever in East St. Louis, bro. And the first day he came in there, he said, expect greatness. And yes, I mean, no, you right, brother. This is not the standard. The way we have performed, messing up the little things in these first 2 games, this is not the standard, especially losing tonight. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Do y'all think the lights was too bright? Talk to me, Chad. Do y'all think the lights was too bright? Do you think it was too much? I saw a lot of people in the chat saying it was too much TikToking going on before the game today. Y'all think it was too much TikTok going on, or what's going on? Y'all think the lights was too bright, or y'all think they was tired? What do y'all think happened? Or you think we just lost the game and took an old-fashioned BTA? Talk to us, Chad.
Yeah. Shout out to y'all, man. I want to say shout out to all y'all for tuning in, watching the game. You know, shout out to all the Flyers guys that played, and and wore that East Side uniform. Shout out to if you wore any uniform in East St. Louis. If you're from East St. Louis, whether it was Assumption, whether it was Lincoln, whether it was Cahokia, whatever it is, a shout out to you. Shout out to you, man. And hit that like button, man. Don't cost you nothing.
Not Bucker. She say it was there. I'm my bad, brother. He say it's way too much TikTok. And then Bray say the time zone played a factor, but I don't think it was that big of a deal. I'm with you on that. I think the time played a big factor. Big 3 say not from East Side, but he love the show. Appreciate you, bro. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. We be live a few times a week. We post chats. Make sure y'all check out our shorts. I'm gonna post the shorts to Coach K, our third host from the sidelines of the game. LaJuan Powell say it started at practice. That's all I'm gonna say. You must have some inside information. Boy, come on up on this chat, boy. Come on, talk to us, man. Jump on this chat. Click that link on this chat, man. We give you the front row, man. I want to know what you know. Hey, but overall, it was a good game, and I think we're gonna have a good season, bro. And I do appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. Shout out to Coach K, our third host. Like I said, he's actually at the game doing some work for us down there. We're gonna read a few more of the comments of what y'all got to say, and then we're gonna let y'all go for the night, bro, because we know it's already late. Arisha Williams say you have to play competitive games like this so you can see what needs to be worked on. I totally agree with you, man.
Good point. Very good point. Very good point.
Go ahead, Mike. Then read a couple comments. Pick out a couple you like.
Let me see. See a bunch of some people agree with me saying Coleman. I see my boy Doc, Coach Doc out there, Orlando 2-back system. Yeah. Well, you see it worked when they went to that 2-back system. They actually was gashing them. It actually was working. That little misdirection, little motion, it worked.
Hey, hold on, Coach Mike. Coach Doc, can we do some Cahokia game? Can we get on that Cahokia train too, bro? I watched the Cahokia game the other day. You guys played phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? I watch all y'all games. Coach Doc, holla at me, baby. All right, Coach Mike, back to you.
Yeah, shout out to Cahokia, man. Like, we support all the teams around. Shout out to Cahokia. Shout out to Doc. Knowing that brother for a long time, man. Good brother there. I like one Arisha King says Coleman, Tillman, and 15 were the players of the game. I agree with that. Those 2 backs were very elusive and running hard. And they looked like they had better vision. I understand the boy's a 5-star, but his vision looked, he's like up and down. The other 2 were very slick and elusive, and they were gashing them. I just hate it was too late in the game.
Let me ask y'all this. Some people say he was tipped. Some people say he was tipped. I don't know. Somebody text me and say he got to run a little harder when he hit the hole. I don't know. My man say he just subscribed. He going to get on here for sure. Hey, bro, you welcome any day. We talk high school football, college, and NFL every week. We don't only cover the Flyers. We cover football all over the country. But we love to specialize in Flyers because we both former Flyers, bro. Real talk.
That's right. The great LaJuan Powell. If y'all don't know that name, you gonna know it. It's a great from East St. Louis. You know who LaJuan Powell is. So you don't need introduction.
Right, and everybody know Coach K. Everybody know Coach K. 39K. Everybody know Coach K. Coach K, he at the game. That's our man. Coach K actually the creator of the show, bro. We just holding it down for him.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Bray say the O-line is not as good. That O-line not good at pass blocking either. We gotta run the ball. This is a running team, bro. I don't think we have the receivers this year that we usually have in the past. And this ain't no knock on the receivers because I think Gorman is a phenomenal receiver. He a great receiver. He done put in a lot of work for a lot of years, and his resume and his name is submitted in Flyer Legacy. But I feel like this year we need to run the ball between the tackles, pound it, pause, and then pass. That's what I think.
Yeah, I agree with you, Chuck. I think we know every year, things are different depending on your skill set. There's been many years where they were really balanced, where they had really good receivers and running backs. And sometimes they had really good running backs, really good and decent receivers. I think this year they have better running backs than receivers, and they need to lean on that. Just get the blocking scheme together because there was way too many situations where guys were in the backfield coming through unblocked. They got to fix that. They can fix that, they'll be just fine. But I think they need to lean more on the run game. Make it work.
All right. That's a fact. Anybody got any last thing they want to say before we let y'all go? Coach Mike, you can go first for your last words.
Oh, you know what? It's really easy for me. First of all, I appreciate everybody coming in watching Flyers football, man. This is a huge deal for us. We want to make sure we brought the content home to East St. Louis, the St. Louis area, and even abroad, no matter where you are, if you're from East St. Louis or you're not from East St. Louis. We want to bring the content to you. First, we appreciate y'all coming through, man. The only thing we ask is that you hit that like button before you leave, share the content, and hey, subscribe if you like the content. And if you want to make a donation, hey man, we appreciate that too. We're very humble for it. But I appreciate y'all coming through. It's much love, and I love y'all. And man, I hope y'all have a good evening, and we're gonna be back next week with some more stuff. So be looking out.
All right, man. Look, I want to thank y'all. Y'all know my saying. Look, if ain't nobody told you they love you, 618Cs love you. If ain't nobody ever told you they want to see you win, I want to see you win. I'm everybody's best friend, man. I'm the one that you can count on. Look, I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all. I thank y'all, bro. We turned up. The first game, bro, I promise y'all, we did 16,000 views on a live stream. This week, at one time, the most we had in here was 5,700 people. Man, y'all turned the channel up. I need you guys to hit that like button. If you feeling generous, you can donate to the channel, but you don't have to. I just really want you guys to subscribe and hit that like button. But just know, if you do donate, when we hit our donation goals, this money all ain't staying in our pocket. We're going to put some into the show, but the rest going to them babies down there on them 89 blocks because that's what we do. We don't really need the money. We do this because we love it, and we do this because we ask for the money because if we generate enough, we can give back to the community that we from. If you know me, I ain't bullshitting. I give back to the community. And this is my first curse word. Last year they told me I cursed too much on the stream, but this year we ain't cursing no more. That was my only one, but I had to let you know I'm serious. Hey, I love y'all, man. It's East St. Louis for life. It's Flyers football for life. Everybody, I love y'all. Good night. 618 Illinois out.